Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the JOWP podcast. I'm your host, Devin. With me today, I got Gabe.
Of course, your boy.
And we got our resident best guest, Xenon.
Hello.
Faceless.
Yeah.
Well, we were telling this a little bit before you got here, but yeah, we did have a little award show a couple weeks ago at this point, and there was an award for best guest episode, and it was up to your boy Xenon right there. You got it.
Thank you. I just, I received this, and I'll be honest. I want to thank the Academy and like really everyone supported me along the way here. My family, my friends. Like I wouldn't be here without you guys either. So thank you. I'll put this on my desk for sure.
For sure, it's probably the best trophy you've ever gotten, right?
At this point, like the only trophy that matters.
Yeah. If you get anything else, like Nobel Peace Prize, put it to the side.
Yeah,
JOWP Podcast Award is up there.
That goes in the box, storage box. Honestly.
True.
Because that's what I feel about like this trophy that I got, like, let's move this out the way, bro. Like, you gotta see it, right? Like this award when I got it, I was like, it shows who I am as a person, right? It just shows that I'm just better than people like him and unfortunately Xenon too.
Unfortunately. But I want to talk about your mask.
Yeah.
What is your obsession with the Purge?
It's just my name's Xenon. It originates back to middle school me. Like I was in chemistry class. That's a lie. My middle name, my nickname came from my freshman year chemistry class where I still had the boss as my like Steam username, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was
the boss.
Yeah. It started in Clash Royale in middle school,
Mm-hmm.
and so I was like, man, I need to spice it up, And then at the time, I don't know, I had like the Purge mask as my profile picture. I don't know where that came from. I was just like, oh, it came from watching Teen Titans, like X or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
Red X.
X, yeah. And I was like, I wanted that as my profile picture, but I could never find like something good off Google, right? So I was like, the next best thing was like a Purge mask. So I was like, X, Xenon, Elements, so I was...
Oh, so it's just all connected?
Yeah, it's all connected, and so like, thank freshman Edgy, me, Freddy Eshman, yeah.
What even is the origin story with your name Xenon?
Xenon, I was in chemistry class, and I looked at the periodic table, and as I said...
You threw a dart at it, like, yeah, Xenon, I like
That's my name,
That's
bro.
my noble gas.
So if you got like oxygen...
Noble gas?
Yeah.
If you just happen to get like oxygen, you'd be known as oxygen?
Yeah, well, I mean, it just matched, like, 2 X's for the eyes, a bunch of X's for the Purge mask mouth, So it came together.
I guess all the noble guesses sound kind of cool, like Argon.
Yeah. That's my alt's name, actually.
You're just like gas?
You're just that noble gas family.
I was like, I might as well stick to like the theme, Argon-X, gotta flip it around. My username is Xenon-A, so I was like,
oh, okay, I see. Yeah, flip it.
Yeah, of course.
That's
That's crazy. I didn't mean to derail it.
I just feel like the desk.
Yeah, I had to make sure. I had to test out the table real quick. Make sure it still works.
You know how we are here. We're ghetto here. We got a table, so sturdy. It'd be funny if it just broke.
What the snaps in half.
All right, hang on a sec. We gotta fix this.
We'll be right back.
One of these days, the camera's just gonna fall. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, with our $200 tripod. No, never.
Yeah. Dude, that tripod is solid.
Yeah, it's never gonna fall.
You see it, bro. That's a solid tripod.
I came, man, and it's what stood out to me, really. I was like, I didn't know we had the budget for this. I'll be honest. I was amazed. Yeah, definitely.
We went balls to the walls on this camera and tripod there.
Yeah, I was like, that costs like an arm and a leg, Maybe a left pesty too, if I'm being honest.
Maybe.
If you're wondering why Eduardo's not here today, that's why. We had to get.
We had a blood sacrifice.
Yeah, it's a sacrifice.
It was for the greater good of the podcast.
I honestly just feel like a racist move, You can only handle one Hispanic at a time, like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's why you and Jose are not both on this episode.
Oh yeah. Okay.
But we can handle 2 blacks though. For some reason.
Have Jose and Eduardo ever been on at the same time?
Yeah.
They used to be hosts back in the day with me.
Oh, okay.
Devin didn't used to be a host.
Yeah, I didn't exist back then.
Okay. No.
But now I do. And
they don't even like you.
The numbers don't lie. I'm just saying the numbers do not lie.
I would say the numbers don't lie, saying I'm the best. I think totality, I have the most views.
You're an outlier. You don't count.
I think I count. I think Eduardo has more views than you, actually.
Probably. He has overall more of episodes. And also doesn't help that What the Dog Doing is kind of carrying him at the moment.
What even is What the Dog Doing?
I don't know.
Okay, we can talk about this for a second because I remember like a while ago. I just saw randomly there was a notification for a comment on that video, and I was like, "Who's commenting on this video?" This feels like 2 months old at this point or something. So I looked at it, and then some dude was like, I think it was Linksist, and he was like, "Bro, I love this episode. I went back and rewatched it just to find out what the dog was doing." And like, this is a cult classic, low key best episode. I was like, I don't get it.
I was talking to Eduardo because like y'all only to say what the dog doing once. And I found like the timestamp. I don't remember it by memory, but like I was like searching through it. I'm like, why is it named What the Dog Doing? And I found a timestamp where y'all talking about dogs, and y'all don't say What the Dog Doing. So I was like, what are we doing here? So then I like skip through it. I'm like, oh, it's some obscure joke that Eduardo said for no reason. Like, what the dog doing?
No, this is a different reason.
Is there?
Mm-hmm.
Because y'all bring up dogs, and it wasn't brought up when y'all were talking about dogs.
What dogs are you talking about? Like when we talking about breeds?
Yeah, I think you were talking about like breed. I don't remember. I just remember y'all brought up dogs, and so I was like, oh, finally I found it, and like I watched it for a good 5 minutes, and y'all never said what the dog doing.
Maybe that's the aspect people love about what the dog doing. They don't know what part. They don't know when we reference what the dog is doing.
I was like, I know y'all say it somewhere.
Well, leave a comment, go back.
Yeah, find someone.
Everyone right now, go back and just go look at what the dog doing and find the mystery of it. It's what makes the episode so good.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, it is our best episode.
No, for a while though, Xenon, your episode was the most viewed episode, and then for some reason, what the dog doing took off.
Yeah, it's dogs just did.
I was like, what, Tyler's like birthday celebration? He just walks in, he's like, yo, Xenon, it's like the best video right now. Just how he introduced himself, like facts.
That's crazy. When you saw him on his birthday?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were all at Eduardo's crib.
Oh yeah.
We were celebrating birthdays.
Yeah, you didn't have that title for very long.
No. Next thing I know, it's like what the dog doing. I'm like, what did the dog do?
What is the dog doing?
We don't know. We don't know.
The only way you know is if you go back and watch the episode, like, comment on it. That's the only way you'll know, truly.
I mean, overall, it is a pretty good episode.
Yeah, I mean, I think Xenon's episode's pretty good too.
I prefer Xenon's episode, to be honest, but it's whatever.
It's an iron-blooded orphans gap, you know?
Oh, dude, that reminds me. Right after Xenon was talking about it on that episode, I had to go out and watch Iron-Blooded Orphans after he talked about it. I was like, I gotta watch this show. He sucks it off. It's gotta be good. And I watched it. It was amazing. It was phenomenal.
Really?
Yeah. Dude, me and Xenon were talking. Like, as soon as I finished watching, I was like, I gotta text Xenon. He was right.
How long is it?
It's like 50 episodes.
50? Okay.
I did not remember it being that long.
I can crank that out then.
I didn't think it was gonna be. I was like, oh, it's 25. That's probably it. And then I didn't realize season 2 was also 25. I was like, all right, I'm in for it, I guess. And I was just in the mindset of, if I don't like it, I'll just drop it, though. Didn't end up dropping it,
What do you think about the ending, though? Because I feel like that was like the main contention about that I remember talking about. One of like the things.
For people?
Well, like for endings or like in general.
Oh, because that's what we brought up?
Yeah,
I don't know. Let's see. I think the ending is kind of, I wouldn't say unfulfilling, but it feels flat-ish to where like there was more that could have happened, I feel like, and kind of didn't. Like there were some other story arcs I was like, I want to know what happened there, but then we just don't get that. But then again, that could also be a good part of it, because then you don't know, and then you lead to making your own discoveries of it. And I was kind of mad that certain people had to certain things had to happen in the ending, and I was kind of upset about it. I was like, why did this have to happen? I'm not gonna say these spoilers, obviously.
I feel the same way.
No, we were talking about like specific like things. We were like, why did they do this? It was heartbreaking. So if you get a like the cast in this in Iron-Blooded Orphans just so good. I find myself falling in love with all of them. They're amazing.
Are you the type of guy for like an? Do you care about the ending? Can the ending of a show, no matter how good it is, if the ending's bad, will it ruin your experience of the show or your perception on the show?
I don't think so. If the ride was so good, like Iron-Blooded Orphans, I don't necessarily like the ending. I don't hate it either, but I'm indifferent to the ending, and it doesn't hurt my like a judgment of the anime at all, because the ride was so good, and that's all I really care about. Is if everything else was so good, the ending doesn't matter as much. It matters a lot if it's horrible, but like Domestic Girlfriend, one of my favorite mangas of all time, has a horrible ending, but because the ride was so good, I'm still gonna put it up there.
I feel that. What about you, Xenon?
I think this is I don't know. I'm more of like I'm a destination kind of guy, right? But this is one of those things where it's like the destination was so flat where like you really have to look at the journey.
Exactly.
Like, evaluate what the show was, right?
Okay.
But like I don't know, when like Game of Thrones, for example, when like the ending came out, I'm not like, I heard the rumors like it's a terrible ending or whatever, but like I don't like I like going like blind first when I see things, even if like they have bad reviews, right? Just like I want to evaluate it myself. I was like, man, I felt like I wasted so much of my time because like up to this point I like binged the show, right?
Yeah.
So like I don't know. When it's a bad ending, it leaves a sour taste in my mouth, and like, oh, I feel like time was wasted, even like if the journey was good.
I feel that because I'm the type of person like I don't want to feel like my time was wasted. Like I was going to watch How You Met Your Mother, but I saw something like people regarding like How You Met Your Mother is that has like a really bad ending. I've heard that take that How You Met Your Mother has a really bad ending.
But the only issue people have with How I Met Your Mother's ending is the last episode. It's not
like,
necessarily the last season.
Okay.
It's just the one last episode. So it's not a waste of your time because a lot of people like me and Eduardo we just ignore it. It's like the episode didn't happen.
It's so weird.
If you ignore the episode, like
it never existed. It just never existed.
Don't acknowledge it. It's still a solid show through and through. And there's obviously some things that I wish would have happened in the final season that don't because it's the choice the writers wanted to go with. But I don't think it ruins it.
Makes sense.
It's not I think Game of Thrones is different because I've never seen Game of Thrones, but from what I've heard about the ending is that it feels like the whole season is bad. It's not necessarily just the climax was it. It was like the whole season was just bad choices is what it seemed like.
I heard it was rushed, and I know like I watched a video like to why. Do you watch Game of Thrones?
I watched it, yeah.
Oh yeah. Do you know why it was like the last season was like rushed?
Because they hadn't finished the book ending yet, right, or something like that.
It was something like that, but they were also like offered something else, so they're like, "We're just gonna rush this so we can work on something else."
Oh, that's
That's crazy.
Yeah, and then they lost that deal because of how bad Game of Thrones was.
Really?
Yeah.
So it backfired. Hell
Yeah, it
hard,
backfired
man.
on them. Shit was
Nah,
funny.
they deserve that.
Yeah.
Greed, man, greed.
Yeah, it ruined a lot of good shows.
Isn't Game of Thrones like really long though, right?
Like
The
7
book
seasons?
I think so.
that and like hour-long episodes, right? And,
It's like yeah, it's no shot I could get it.
That's why I never watched it. I was like, I can't.
It's one of those shows where I feel like I just had to have got into it when it was airing.
Yeah.
Is that what you got into?
No, I started like right when it was all out, except for like the final season was still coming out. So I binged it up until then.
I
yeah.
can't. Stuff like
Yeah.
that and Walking Dead. I'm like, I can't.
I watched up
I
until
tried
like
Walking
season
Dead.
7, I want to say. Maybe not that far. I can't remember. Season 5, I think. Yeah,
Like you
season
started
5.
on season 5 or?
No, like I mean, like I watched up until season 5.
Oh,
The issue
okay,
with,
and then
like-
you stopped.
Yeah, the thing with binging shows is like I need to keep shows in rotation just because I get tired of a show.
I
So,
feel
like, I'll
that.
binge 2 seasons and I don't want to finish it just because I'm tired of the show.
I feel that. Yeah, I find it so hard to binge shows. Like I can binge an anime, but I feel like binging anime and shows are two.
Bro, it's a
different-
show.
Yeah, but it feels like two different experiences. I don't know why.
Maybe it's
I feel like
shorter.
anime flows a little bit better, and yeah, some animes are shorter, but I mean some animes have hundreds of episodes. I feel like I can just binge that so much easier. But maybe I'm a weeb.
No, I think animes are just written differently. It does seem like because it's a weekly model, like manga wise, and the manga is just a straight up, not the manga. The anime is an adaptation of the manga, so maybe it does just flow better because they're working on a weekly basis. But it's like three chapters each, like in an episode, so it kind of does flow better. It feels like you're getting a lot of story. Whereas shows a lot of times there's so much downtime because they're trying to show like themes or something.
Yeah.
Metaphors and stuff.
Yeah, it's weird.
Like we talk about like long pacing or like anime where it's short, right? I started watching K-dramas because my friends were like, "You have to start." Well, listen, I was
You and all your Asian friends?
like, well, my friends are Asian. What do you want me to do? You know?
What K-dramas have you gone into?
I started watching like All of Us Are Dead.
All Mr. Dead?
All of us.
Oh, All of Us Are Dead?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
All of Us Are Dead. I've heard
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one.
like
Yeah.
the zombie one. And
It's
then
on Netflix, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
like the attorney one, but like Woo Young Woo or whatever. I'm not
I haven't
sure-
heard that
you
one.
haven't heard of that one?
No. But I know Tyler and Artist and some other people are watching All of Us Are Dead.
But,
I
like,
watched a little bit of it. It was okay.
It's just they're so long. I'm not used to like the 1 hour episodes. Like my mom watches like telenovelas, right? And she's always skipping ahead, and I always feel like, why do you just skip ahead? Like, what's the point of watching? You're just like, probably got. I feel the same. I'm constantly skipping ahead in K-dramas now.
Our episodes are not it. Like
I mean, sometimes they are.
sometimes
right?
they are, but like
It feels like a lot of times they are just extra.
I can't remember. Was The Boys hour long or was The Boys 30?
45 minutes.
They're 40 minutes. Okay.
To 45 to an hour.
I feel like 45 minutes is just like a sweet spot.
feel
30 feels too short.
And it's more like 20 with anime, right?
Yeah,
So,
the anime is-
20 is perfectly fine for
ad
me.
space, and then intro, outro, and then like
Yeah.
the actual meat.
I prefer more
Exactly.
episodes with less like runtime in the episodes than less episodes and more runtime.
I think it depends on the show, I guess. Depends like how good their writing is and like their pacing.
Yeah. I don't know, like would you like if animes were 45 minutes an episode?
I
You have
mean,
animes like Hellsing Ultimate that are like hour-long episodes.
I would say like I haven't watched anything like that, so I have to experience it for myself.
'Cause I think maybe it is just the difference between live action and anime, but I think hour-long and 45 minutes only works in live action. It doesn't seem to work very well in anime. Unless it's like a finale, like the Demon Slayer finale was like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
They say it was 45. It was like 33 minutes.
What season 2?
Yeah.
That was 45 minutes?
Yeah, it was like 33 minutes, but because of like commercials and stuff, it was 45 minutes.
God dang. It didn't feel like 33 minutes.
Would it feel longer or shorter?
It felt shorter, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Every time I do watch
a lot of fighting.
Yeah, every time I do watch a Demon Slayer episode, I feel like it ends like immediately. I'm like, damn, this shit's so short and fast.
Do you like it?
No, I kind of do, but that's only because like season 2 was nothing but action, so it was so fast paced. Where like to the point where I'm like, all right, next episode.
Was it good? I mean, I didn't finish season 2 yet. I'm like on episode 3, I want to say.
I mean, yeah, it was cool. It was cool to look at.
Dude, Deven just hates Deuce.
No, it's not like no, I don't hate it.
Nugent stuff. Deven just doesn't ride with it. He's an old head. Everything.
I guess. I mean, I
Everything
didn't.
has to be classics.
I didn't hate season 2. Don't get me wrong. Like season 2 was phenomenal in my eyes, but I think it's phenomenal not on like, oh, like I really love the show. Phenomenal. It's more like this is a visual, spectacular thing that's going on before me. The emotions are high. The animations godly, and I was just invested the whole time. But overall, I think it was just okay.
The other thing that I do like about K-dramas are like well, listen.
you saw what I said. You're like, all right, back to K-drama.
Okay, yeah,
fuck what you said.
Let me just connect that real quick to K-drama.
Let me make the connection, right? So like when you watch anime, it's like no, okay. If you love me, you know.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you have like the 20-minute episodes, right? And like a lot of times they end off like on cliffhangers, right? So like you want to keep watching, right?
Right.
But K-dramas, it's like the story, it all finishes within that one episode. So I don't feel the need to like watch the next one where I do in anime.
Oh, like okay,
So
I
at the
see.
same time, like in a 1 hour is like justified in a sense because like that little arc is like finished there and then. There is no like I wonder what happens next.
I feel that. I see what you mean.
That's kind of like how a lot of like Grey's Anatomy. Grey's Anatomy basically is a soap opera. It's the same thing.
I never saw it. I saw the doctor with autism. I don't remember what the good doctor.
Oh, the good doctor. That's a good show. I actually like the
Yeah,
good
I like
doctor.
that one. I like that one.
Never heard it.
I get clips on it like on TikTok every once in a while. And like the guy playing like Subway Surfer, and then there's just that whole episode is just in like 9 different parts.
Have you seen the thing on TikTok where it's just episodes chopped up into parts with like a guy playing Subway Surfers under it?
I'm just watching TV at this point.
Dude, I think like Eddie was rewatching all of Regular Show on this dude's page. He had like all of season 1 cut up on his channel with just like Subway Surfers underneath it.
It got to the point where I had to purge my TikTok For You page because that's all I was getting. Just people playing Subway Surfer or some obscure game, and then an episode of something was on there. So I was like, fuck, I had to go to my followers or like the people I'm following and just watch that for a while so I can like refresh my For You page. So I get the content I actually want to see in that TV.
Now, as a guy without like TikTok or social media, this is like, I don't know.
Oh, you don't even have TikTok.
I don't even have
Oh,
TikTok.
you on TikTok?
No, the closest thing I have is like YouTube Shorts.
We gotta get you on TikTok now.
We got TikTok.
The funny thing about YouTube Shorts, every time I go onto YouTube Shorts, it's just like TikTok, but 6 months ago. They're so far behind what TikTok trends are. It's like the whole Cbat thing that's going on TikTok now. It's gonna date when we're recording this, but like the thing that's going on now is like probably gonna go on YouTube Shorts like 2 months now, 2 months later. They're so far behind.
Were you guys there for the Cbat conversation? Like that ensued.
It was you?
It was me. Yeah.
Yeah, I was there.
You was the Cbat guy?
Wait, you're the Cbat guy? No. I was there because Zion didn't know about it until we told him about it. Like, I think it was yesterday. Was it yesterday?
It was yesterday, yeah.
And he was just died. It was the funniest thing on earth with Zion. He went to the Reddit page. He was just looking at he could see.
I had to read the original post. I was like, what's going on here? And then I had to listen to the song, and at first I was like, "These are really good intro. I like the vibe." I'm
actually curious.
But you like the song,
dude? He demonstrated what the pumps were to it. He turned his camera on, and then
listen. Because like, okay, the artist showed like the TikTok of like one of like the girl or whatever. Right?
Yeah, the girl. Yeah.
Yeah, or like an ex from the past demonstrating like the truth that like the how he thrusted in relative to like the rhythm, right?
And
Now, like the two tempos all off, man.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't on tempo because like
That's what I said. Yeah, it wasn't on tempo or anything. So Xenon being
So
the
it's
chat.
like, I'll do better.
Yes, Xenon being the chat he was like.
Because like okay, like doing orchestra for like 7-8 years of my life, right? And then just having to go like on the quarter note.
Yeah.
And then he does like a triplet.
Yeah, he does it.
And then a rest, and I'm like, who is this guy? And then like it's not even like in sync. It just bothered me to the core. You know,
it bothered me and Jose as well as the musicians that we are.
If you're gonna do it to like bad music, at least do it properly. You know, that's just my opinion. But who am I to judge?
So you think the song's bad, Xenon?
I like the intro.
I think that's everyone says. Everyone, when I first watched it, I'm like, yo, this intro's kind of cool, and then it goes. those 3 notes are goated.
So like the more I heard it, the less I hated it. Like
you're like, yo, this kind of busted. It's
kind of low key. Get that girl over here real quick.
Like,
I'm gonna show her it's done.
If I kept listening, I might just add it to a playlist. Like I'm not even lying.
That's crazy.
So
like, unironically.
So would you say like it wasn't the song's fault? It was his fault for not like doing it to the rhythm, to the
No,
beat?
it's definitely the song's
Oh,
fault.
okay.
I don't understand. How do you go 2 years without like bringing it up? You know,
2 years,
like,
yeah.
How does it not get boring if you like have the rhythm in muscle memory? Like that's the next part, you know. Like,
Oh yeah,
it's mind-boggling.
she wouldn't play the song sometimes, but she would like recognize the rhythm. He's like, dude, stop, get off me.
yeah. It's crazy. Man. From this, I want to get TikTok. It's such a funny. And then like the poor like producer of the song, right? Like the DJ just like
His playlist got leaked.
his playlist got leaked.
Yeah, I can. Oh god, I can show you the video, but this guy was like, yeah, his playlist got leaked, and there's another song in that playlist that's just as bad as that one. It is so funny. I gotta show you it.
No, I was saying though, like one day I'll test out the theory. You know, like we're 1-0 right now, but like
The thing is, he has normal songs in the playlist. Like I don't know by names, but he has a couple Kanye's. Like, he has like normal songs in there, and then all of a sudden you get Cbat.
how do you do it to Kanye though? Like why would you want words in there, man? I feel that's just like weird.
You want? I mean, some words. You just want like straight instrumental,
Yeah,
no words.
I'll just go straight EDM, honestly.
I mean,
you know?
that's why.
EDM.
Well, like, what about R&B?
you got like songs like
R&B is literally
R&B.
sex music.
Yeah, R&B, dude. You're just over there raving.
Boots and cats.
You got your glow stick.
I got the mask on.
You already have the mask. Yeah.
No, the mask stays on.
The mask stays on.
Yeah, we got it flashing, you know. So like,
That's
there we
crazy.
go.
He's controlling it at will.
Your mask goes to the beat.
That's a lot of work you got going on for there. Cause you have the glow sticks and the clicker in this hand.
Yeah, I'll be the next marshmallow. You guys just watch, you know.
I guess.
The marshmallow of sex. Ooh, we should get a nickname for you. Xenon Mellow. There we go.
Xenon
DM Mellow.
Sex fellow. Xenon the sex fellow.
The sex fellow?
Yeah.
Damn. Are you a smart fella or a smart fella?
God, look at the tempo.
Is that a reference to something?
No, I saw a meme. It's a dumb meme. It's such a dumb meme.
Are you a smart fella or
Or smart fella?
Yeah.
I was like, what does this mean?
I mean, but like when you really break it down and think about it, right? Being a smart fella versus a smart
A fart smeller?
smeller, is it really that bad?
Oh, that's what you were saying.
Yes, it's fart
okay.
smeller. I mean, do you sniff farts, Xenon?
I'd rather not.
See, there's your answer. That's.
But like, you know, to be a fart smeller, it doesn't necessarily imply that you're choosing to smell it, rather that you did smell it, you know?
If I called you a fart smeller, I think it's implied that you're going out your way.
What if I was
No,
just
it's
like
not.
a victim? What if I was just like a victim to a fart being like thrown at
Then
me?
you just so happen to smell a fart. You're not a fart
But
smeller.
I
You
still
just so
smelled it.
happen
I
to
still
fart
smelled
smell.
it though, right?
No. You just so happen to smell a fart. I thought you were about to show.
He's like, all right, say that again.
Yeah, say that. Like, what are you reaching for? Like, I'm sorry, you're a fart smeller. My bad.
Say that again. Say that again.
You changed the subject.
Do you know the fuzzy duck ones, Xenon?
The fuzzy duck one?
What do you want to? What's that?
It's like where they say they keep switching the words like fuzzy duck.
Oh,
fuzz.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
Does he fuck?
Who started that?
I don't know. I just remember there's this one Asian guy who like screams constantly, and I saw him say it, but I don't know if it's his audio. It might be though, because there's this Asian guy on TikTok, and all he does is like he screams in Japanese, or he screams like quotes from anime. So he did like the Aaron speech. He did like All Might's United States of Smash. He's a really good voice. And
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. I don't know if he said it or he's like.
It could be, but the original sound I've always heard is a girl saying it.
Is a girl? What?
Yeah, it's a girl sound. It's a girl voicing it.
Oh, I never heard a girl song. I just heard a guy saying it. And like there's like doom music playing in the back, and it slowly ramps up as he says, "Does he fuck?"
I didn't know. We've heard two different
Yeah, we
versions
heard
of it. We're on two different sides of TikTok.
You gotta refresh your For You page, man.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe. I just got the testosterone, man. I just gotta constantly. He's always watching Anime Girl. Don't worry about
Why does he have like the biggest chat award?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
You guys know why I have it. Like, why are we questioning it at this point?
How close was it? You know, what were the percents here? I'm curious.
So I had 13 votes. You had 9, and Deven had 8.
Damn.
Yeah. Hey man, if I had to lose to anyone, I'm glad it's you.
Yeah, thank you.
You were my rep to win biggest Chad.
Nah, this guy stole it on me. I swear like half the votes for his, no? Like.
Yeah, maybe. He is the owner of the.
Yeah, you could say that, but that just sounds like big cope to me. Editor, go up and throw copium in front of Devin's face real quick, because he's coping hard.
That's crazy.
Like, university started, what else am I gonna run on, you know? Like, I only got copium, bro.
That's all I need. That's all.
That's all I got.
Yeah, it makes sense that you guys would be salty about it. I am clearly the biggest Chad. Nothing else to be saying about that. Everyone knows I should win it, and that's why I did win it. And I'm gonna go back to back and win next year too, because I'm the GOAT.
Dude, like, that's a very Chad thing to say, you know? Like, I'm sold. I'm convinced, you know?
I guess we'll see. Season 2. This is just the beginning, so we'll see what happens this season.
But yeah.
I was gonna next ask who were the other contenders, if you could even call them that, you know?
There was Devin's episode. Jose's actually sick. I don't know what they talked about in that episode. It was mid. Living with Superheroes with Tyler. That was a good episode. We talked about like if like New York was a mixture of like Marvel New York and like Gotham. How would we survive in that climate?
That was a good episode.
It's a good episode. We have Natalie's episode, where we just talked to Natalie basically. Nothing.
Yeah, as if we were in a Discord call.
that was like what was it called? Like the pro mobile.
Yeah, pro mobile girl.
Yeah, we met the best mobile gamer.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
I mean, Liz. I don't know if you ever met Liz.
I don't even know who Liz is.
Yeah, she's actually the most famous person who's ever been on the podcast. She's actually a voice actor in anime.
Oh, she is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know her how?
She lives by Eduardo.
We also went to middle school together.
Oh, makes sense.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, hey, we have a podcast.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. You'd be like tweet at her, be like, hey, you want to be on a podcast?
Nah, I was just like, because I play games with her. I play like Phasmophobia with her and everything. Because she streams. And I was just like, you know what? One day I was talking to her. We were playing Phasmophobia. I was like, we have a podcast. You want to just come on? She's like, yeah, sure. And she did.
Who, like, do you know who she's voiced? Like,
she's from Sabukai Bisca, I think is what the name of the anime is. It's like the anime in like a dystopian sand area. She's in Mushoku Tensei.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing she is in.
She's in more stuff that I'm not sure of though. I know those two for sure. Because I know Sabukai, whatever it's called, is the first one she was in. And then she got Mushoku Tensei, which was the biggest one.
I wonder how like one gets into like that like profession, you know?
Oh yeah, when she comes back, I'm trying to get her back for season 2. We're gonna ask her about it. I'm curious as well.
She still lives near here?
Yeah.
Okay.
She didn't like move to LA yet.
Yeah,
not yet.
She hasn't made it that big time yet.
Just waiting for.
We gotta keep her here for.
Yeah, we gotta cash in.
Cash in our clout now.
Well, like later you can be like, you know, like we were here before you made it, you know. So that's
we
like,
were, yeah. She was really early, dude. She was like episode 10. She's early episode.
Yeah.
You're
She's
episode,
before
like,
Devin was host.
70 something. Well, like what episode are we on?
Like 50
Yeah.
or something.
I was close.
70. It's only been a year, Xenon. It's once a week.
It's once a week. I don't know how many weeks we have
We're in the
year.
mid-50s right now.
It's like 50. Yeah, mid 50s.
Yeah.
I guess I'm a fart smeller, guys. My bad.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess so. But yeah, she was super early. That's a good episode.
Yeah, those are your contenders, and I think second place wasn't it Liz? I think it was Liz.
Maybe it's either me or Liz.
It definitely wasn't you. You were mid. I think
That's
it was
crazy.
Liz.
Wait, how are you a guest? I thought you were like co-host.
I wasn't
It was
always
before.
I wasn't always a host.
Oh, okay.
The host used to be me, Eduardo, and Jose.
Uh-huh.
And then he was a guest at that point because he wasn't the host.
Uh-huh.
And then eventually he took over Jose's spot, and now he's a host. And Tyler, same thing. Tyler used to be a guest as well, and then eventually he took Eduardo's spot.
Poor guy.
Yeah, everyone got their spot taken except me because I'm the biggest
Biggest Chad. Let's go.
There's a reason I've never left this seat is because this right here. Just saying, Deven hasn't always been here because this isn't him. Xenon's not always here because this isn't him. I have this because I'm him.
No, I think the fact that I've been here once yet had second place says a lot. You
Yeah,
know?
it does say a lot.
Yeah, it
it
says
does say
you're
a
really
lot.
good.
Just
You're not better
saying,
than me.
you know?
You're really good, Xenon, just not better than me.
Well, listen, I think the Purge mask here will like really like elevate
amplify
his
it.
character, the chat
Now they have
level.
like a body to put to the voice
I mean,
segment.
you looking kind of swole. I'm like, I
You got
can't.
Yo, low key.
You got the drip kind of fit.
Hey, bro gotta hit in the gym.
Wake up at 6 in the morning, gotta get that grind.
I can't
Yeah, bro.
compete.
No, like SMU is just like a bunch of like gym bros, So like evenings, afternoons, like super like packed. And I have my first class like at 8 in the morning, so it's like I might as well wake up at 6, go to the gym, breakfast, and then go to class.
How is SMU? Because I used to be on the campus like 24/7. I didn't go to SMU, but I was always over there.
Why were you on the camp? Just curious.
My ex used to go
Oh,
there.
okay.
But yeah, how do you like SMU? It looks kind of preppy and douchey.
Me or
No, the school.
Okay.
Nah, you.
Yeah, I mean, you do too, man. But
Don't get me wrong. Those
I'm just-
glasses, those are cop glasses.
I'm just trying.
like before we cut, you like yelled at me like, "Why didn't you tell me my hair was messed up?" I was like,
Smack.
I was like, "Oh my god, I'm sorry, Zian."
That's why I should have been the biggest Chad.
You abused
Because
me.
you're abusive.
Well, I didn't say that. You said that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How do you like SMU?
I was. I'm sorry. I was not used to like the amount of like white people. 'Cause
Yeah.
I went to like a school where there's like 40% Asian people.
Yeah, now you're nothing but white people.
Yeah, exactly. Like the few Asian people I see, because like usually most everybody went to like UTD, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And so I asked this guy, why didn't you go UTD, right? And he's like, same reason you did. Everyone's Asian, and I'm like, okay, fair.
Yeah.
But they're all really nice. I always had this like idea because like as you said like douchiness, right? But
yeah.
no, everyone's like friendly, and like the thing is like I've never had social media, right? So like I have no Snap, no Instagram, and people are always like, hey, what's your Snap or whatever, and I'm like, I have a phone number.
you like, here's my phone number.
Yeah,
Here's my
yeah.
Discord.
Here's my just hit me with your Discord. But you're always appearing offline anyways, so it's kind of useless.
Well, here's the thing, right? Like I'm offline, but I'm like always there. The thing is, it's just like
So if you did send me a message, I'll probably see it, but I probably won't respond.
no, like I do respond, right? But
Uh-huh.
it was mainly for like I'm playing a game, but it's like me time.
Yeah,
So that
and you don't want
people-
someone to
so-
join in.
I
so
feel that.
people are like, because I'd be playing XCOM 2 or whatever, and then it's like, hey, I see that you're playing a single player game, so you're alone, want to play with us. I can't be like, yo, I'm busy
I
playing
mean, you
XCOM.
could. Like,
You could.
I never get that concept. You always, you just say no. I don't get people just say no. Like, they have to, like, they're forced to play with other people.
That's a lot of work,
It's
Just,
not.
Like, saying
It's-
no, that's like N-O, that's like one syllable too much,
I guess.
But if I'm invisible, then like I can be like, I'm busy, and they'll be like, cool, without them knowing that I'm just playing XCOM.
Do you, like, not like confrontation, or?
It's not for games, I guess. It's just like, I don't know. But like, I want to say that I'm usually like a confrontational guy. If anything, that's like, I know it's like, it appears like I do the opposite, right?
Right.
But trust.
Trust? Okay.
Trust.
I'll trust you.
Yeah, trust. Nah, look, I told you about my hair, man. Is that not confrontational? I could have just let it slide.
You
But-
could've.
Yeah, you could
But I
have.
was-
didn't let
But
it
instead,
slide.
you gotta mess me up a tad bit.
He had to let you know who's the daddy in the relationship.
I didn't say all that.
Editor, roll back the clip of Deven calling Xenon daddy.
That's not a clip. Where are you rolling back to? That does not exist.
You'd be surprised.
You
Editor
see,
found
like,
something.
It happened.
you gotta be a cut up of me saying Zion is, and then insert word there.
What word?
I don't know. You'll see.
You're about to make my job really.
I know. I'm like, oh.
What word?
You still did. I could just add the word there.
I didn't understand the words. That'd be someone else's voice.
Oh yeah, sure. You've never said the
You're
word.
gonna add your voice. Like,
Nigga, I have 4 years of documentation of you talking. You don't think I can find you saying that word?
I'm saying, bro, it's already recorded. That if you do see that, you already know what's going on.
I said I could. I'm
No,
not
he
going
is.
to. I know the clip where it is, and I'll even link it for you guys so you can see it.
Well, want to do a little global test?
A global test?
Yeah. Say that for me.
No, I'm good. I'm good, Chief.
You did win most gullible.
No, I didn't.
Didn't you?
No. I think that was.
Was it Jose?
It was close. Yeah, I think it was Jose, but I was like a contender. Me and Ash were contenders. I didn't win.
No shot.
I can see Ash being up.
What do you mean no shot?
I don't think Ash got votes like that. No one knew her at that point.
It was me, Ash, and then someone else that won as most gullible.
I don't think anyone knew Ash at that point though, because this was so new. I don't see why
Was it
she
still
would
like
got
a
like
Discord?
now. I could see her getting her votes.
Was it still like a Discord thing or?
Yeah,
You were there.
yeah, you were there. Remember, I sent like a poll and we just voted like for categories and shit.
I'm pretty sure you voted.
Yeah, he did. I can't remember what you won. I
have
think
a
you
dog
won
memory,
something.
I'll be honest. I don't recall this happening. You know.
I think you won like biggest nerd or something.
Me?
No,
Yeah.
that was not a category.
It could be for this upcoming one. Biggest nerds. I was like, let me get that. That's my award.
Let me get it.
I would like to clarify. I'm actually a geek, not a nerd.
All right.
You're definitely in the poll, but I can't remember.
You're definitely there. It's just like, no.
I know you were there for like biggest gamer and you didn't win that. Somehow.
Oh yeah, because I remember I did vote for biggest gamer. I think
Biggest gamer with a Y or like.
it just no, in general
Biggest
biggest
gamer?
gamer. I think
Yeah.
Wow took it. I can't remember why Wow took it.
Because everyone's a simp in the server. I'm like, oh, a girl. Like Eduardo voted for her. All the girls voted for her.
Yeah,
A bunch of simps in the chat.
that's what I'm
Wait,
saying.
who did they vote for?
Wow.
Wow, biggest
The
gamer.
worst. Yeah, the worst ValoRant player in the server.
Yeah,
Yeah.
best
The,
gamer.
the unironic Aries user.
Yeah.
What is that? No.
You were my rep the end, but
I was my rep, but I didn't vote for myself.
Yes, sir.
I actually don't remember who I voted for. I think I voted for either you or Natalie.
yeah, because I remember he got mad and upset because he didn't. No one voted for Gabe. He wasn't even a thought.
Yeah, I was like, that's crazy, bro. No one was like, Gabe a good gamer, nah.
What rank are you in Val, bro? What rank are you in Val?
Bruh.
You
Who's
know,
the unrated player, bro?
I am an unironic player if they exist. No, I've been thinking about playing comp though, but like I have to like have more time for that, and the podcast takes a lot of time from me.
You say that as if like you could just like not play a comp instead of like an unrated game.
Well, I feel like when I play comp, I have to like actually try,
Uh-huh,
and like I have to be like locked in. When I'm playing unrated, I'm listening to like Biggie in the background or something. Like, I'm not like locked in the game. I'm sitting there just vibing. I'm like, oh yeah, let me get some kills because I'm just that guy.
Yeah, you're that guy, of course.
I am on a win streak currently. I'm like a
Uh-huh.
11 game win streak. It's kind of crazy.
I've been Valorant server for like a month now. You know, just. Like,
You wanna play tonight?
Huh?
You wanna play tonight?
What day is it today? Tuesday.
Yeah, it's Tuesday.
Nah, I gotta grind homework, bro.
Yeah,
Oh,
same.
right.
Oh, actually, I do too.
I got calculus to do.
I got a whole essay due.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, 5 pages.
5 pages.
Have you done
Yeah.
any of it?
No, I didn't know it was.
It's a mad lad.
I didn't even know it was a thing until Eddie just told me yesterday. He told me yesterday. He's like, "Oh yeah, did you know that she assigned a 5-page essay?" It's like, no, why'd she do that? I hate her.
Do you think you can write a 5-page essay by then?
I don't think I've ever have before.
Yeah, me
Most
either.
of her write is 2 or 3.
Is it
I
like
think.
MLA?
Probably, yeah, I would assume.
Huh. I mean, you're fine. Double space then, you know. So it's.
5
Yeah, that
pages though,
helps.
but
It's gonna have to be a lot of filler. I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
start using some big words like discrepulous or something.
Yo, calm down. We don't do it here, bro.
what class is this for?
Comp.
Comp.
Yeah.
Is it like a fictional story? If it's fiction, then that's.
I haven't read it at
Oh,
all.
yeah.
That's what, like, he just told me
He
about
just told you-
this. I hope it's fictional because I'm eating.
Yeah, and yeah, you just throw in. You go to Marvel Wikipedia, copy and paste it
Like what
there.
I always do. Dude, my go-to every time is if it's like, not if it's fictional, that's usually if it's about me. But like my go-to in comp is, or like any English class really, is like, I'm writing a story about me.
Okay.
All right, go to Marvel, look at the page, change the names. And that's what I do. I've done Punisher, I've done Daredevil, I've done
Bless you.
Spider-Man. I've done Moon Knight even. I do all the street level people.
Yeah, he's just Mr. Marvel.
Stan Lee
Yeah,
over
he's
here.
Stan Lee over here. Truly.
I'm pretty sure I've done some DC as well. Like I think I did Nightwing. I think I did Jason Todd actually.
You did
yeah.
Nightwing. You did like yeah, my family.
Dick.
We were.
I did Dick Grayson, yes.
Yeah, I know. Like, yeah, me and my family, we were doing a circus act, and then there I was doing triple axle backflips. You know, as I do.
I embellish a little bit. I may have changed the circus to like something else.
There I was.
Swimming with the dolphins.
But like I use it as a baseline, like Punisher. I didn't have the mafia kill my family. I changed things a little bit to make them
you
more
had like
realistic.
the Narcos.
Yeah. You had the blood. The blood's coming.
There, bro.
Like I use them as a template, and I change the things I think are too unrealistic. Like my family getting gunned down by the mafia, probably unrealistic. Me getting blinded, even though I clearly can see, probably unrealistic. So yeah, certain aspects I don't do.
Yeah.
Because I'm smart enough to understand that those don't make sense.
Yeah, I was a scientist.
She look at me like, you gymnast? I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah, there it was, a scientist. And all of a sudden, a bomb just landed on me and gamma radiation went in my veins.
My document happened. So I was pretty angry as a kid. My stepdad abused me, and then I just got DID. And then one day, skip some steps on me. I'm a scientist now. Gamma radiation gets to me. I'm the Hulk.
Yeah, crazy.
It exists. Like, don't look it up. Like, I am the Hulk.
Yeah,
bro.
don't do that.
No, like I want to say like last year I grinded because I took literature, right? And I had to do like a 4-page essay for my lit class, and it was about like we had to read either Tales of Two Cities or Frankenstein. And I chose the Tales of Two Cities because, I don't know, French Revolution, you know, seems cool. I never read the book. It was the night before it was due, right? So I watched a 20-minute video by, like, Course Hero giving me, like, the summary and, the synopsis of this. And I was like, good enough to write an essay, right?
Oh.
I'm up until 4 in the morning writing my 4 pages. But listen, I turn it in the next. I'm like editing it and like correcting my grammatic errors in class like before it's due at 4:15.
Oh.
I turn it in 94. We take those.
Yeah, we take those.
We take those.
I say it all the time. My best work is the one I do last second.
Yeah,
some of my
yeah.
best masterpieces.
That's what I'm saying. That's like something about it. It's just like you're in the. It's like clutch time.
Yeah.
I'm LeBron. I'm like clutch time. I gotta. Let me just clutch up.
Let me just carry.
Last second, you know, just like the adrenaline. I don't know, something about it.
Dude, me and Eddie are in the same comp class, and he got mad at me one time because
Yeah.
I forgot to do an essay. Like we were playing ValoRant all day, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you did the essay,
sir,
right?"
yes,
I was like, "No, I didn't." He's like, "Well, you're screwed because it's due tonight at midnight." I was like, "It's not midnight yet, though." It was 11:45.
Let's do one more match.
He was like, "You're not finishing that in 15 minutes." I was like, "Bet." I went, knock that out. He was pissed. He was mad that I finished it in 15 minutes.
I would.
Because he's like, man, I did that in like 3 hours. Like, good for you. I'm
not you.
I'm better.
I'm
You
better.
on the podcast. I still have this. You don't. It always comes back
I'm
to
stronger.
this. I'm just better.
God.
But yeah, it's just amazing. I love it, and I also hate it. Like the writing things last second, because I'm
yeah.
I'm so good. And I'm like, why couldn't I just done this when like it was assigned? Because if I did it when it was assigned, I would just be chilling.
Yeah. Because like, you know you have the potential to write it because you did it like within like 15 minutes, but you could have just done it 2 days ago in 15 minutes and like, all right.
Yeah. Cause like for some reason, it's just the pressure makes you actually do it.
Yeah.
So
If
for,
there's no pressure, I'm like, nah,
what's the point?
I won't do it.
Yeah, like my writing class, right?
Yeah, if I'm not worried about the fail because my teacher's about to give me a 0 on this assignment is like worth 20% of my grade, I don't want to do it.
She's like, this is extra credit. I'm not doing it.
I'm not doing it. Do you do extra credit, Xenon?
If I know that like I need it, you know.
I don't
always do extra credit.
think I've ever done extra credit.
Oh, you're so cool, bro.
I had to think about it. I was like, have I done extra credit? Like, I always get the options. I just never do it.
Like what do you need 101 for? You know, I'm good with 100.
Not everyone can be you though.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I don't
saying.
get hundreds in my classes. I'm like a C student.
Yeah, I'm just going to pass, dude.
I'm a solid bare minimum.
To be
everything.
fair though, your papers in like 15 minutes. You know. Like,
I mean,
okay, I'll have you know,
uh-huh.
English is my best subject somehow.
Okay.
So even though I do everything last second, I'm still a god at it. It's not like I'm writing C papers. C is like history or something. English is like A's. A's are high B's. Never been the C in English before. It's not hard of a class. It's just writing and reading most of the time, and I'm not illiterate like Eduardo.
Poor guy got nerfed at birth, bro.
he got a lot more than nerfed.
Yeah.
That man was
make him stupid. Make
man
him
was-
not be able to read.
That man was a D tier to start out with. Like he was not.
And he can't read. He can't talk. He'll learn English, but he sucks at it.
just meaning
Can't pull women.
just meaning a D tier.
No pull game.
Oh God. What do you say your favorite subject is, Ziad?
Mine are probably like history, social studies, stuff like that. Like,
Oh, so you like learning about like the past and shit?
I love learning. So like to me, history is like everything now. It's like any kind of a study, right? Where it's like even economics, right? It's really just like a study of the past, and then you look at trends, you compare, and you're like, this is probably what's gonna happen, even though there's a lot of disagreement, right? I think
Right.
history provides like the same insight on like the now and like the past. But like a lot of the times, I feel like atrocities that happen, I don't know, the Holocaust, just
Or like
putting it up there, right?
Yeah.
Listen, like the idea of it happening again is like crazy to us, right? It's like, how could it ever happen? But like, I feel like generations pass and like that experience is gone, and you don't know what like pain is to that sense.
Right.
Or
Okay.
like it just ends up happening again because it's like the conception of like the horror was lost through the
Right.
generation.
Well, on that same note, because I was
Yeah.
talking to Eddie and Ash about it, because we made some
about the
hypothetical.
Holocaust? Yeah.
No, not about that. Well, it might as well be. Its name is called, like, I think it's like the Forgotten Holocaust. Do you know what
Okay.
the Rape of Nat Kings is?
No.
Oh crap. Okay. Well,
The rundown. Give me the rundown.
give me the rundown. Basically,
Yeah.
Japan raided China, or it was like I think it was like a village in China, which
Okay.
is called like Nat Kings,
Uh-huh.
and they basically like killed all the men and raped all the women.
Okay. Seems like
And-
a war thing to do.
Oh yeah, it was so like the death count was in the millions. It was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
But there was this not a lot of documentation of the event was taken.
For obvious reasons, I assume, you know, like
Yeah, and then, there's like a controversy because Japan hasn't really like shined some light on that atrocity that happened. It's kind of that's why I call it like the Forgotten Holocaust, because people kind of just like brushed over it. Like, yeah, this atrocity happened, but like, did it truly happen? Like, do we really do that? Come on. So yeah, I
Does
think.
that look like something we would do?
Come on, we bring you anime. We made Quiet Girls. Doesn't it look like our men are capable of doing this?
Are men like being pegged by femboys?
Come on. But
Have
no.
you seen that clip of the Japanese man walking by like the bar, and they're like, come, we have girls, and he's like, no, like femboys. He's like, he said what?
I see that.
no, like the fact that like the Japan's like population pyramid looks like this.
Yeah.
like you think Eduardo has no pull? Like imagine Japanese guys.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, do you think our Japanese men can do
Horny
this?
women, but they can't pull them.
But I don't know. I think it was recently. Some guy brought in like this book. It was like a picture, like a kind of like a scrapbook, but it was like full of pictures during the wartime. And it was given to a pawn shop. And he was like, "Oh, I don't want this no more. How much can you sell it to me?" And he was looking at it. He's like, "Oh man, these are some cool wartime pictures."
Yeah.
And then like halfway through it, he sees like grotesque pictures of people dying and shit.
Yeah,
He's like, "What is this?" And he like matched up the dates. He's like, "Yo, this is like pictures from like this awful thing that wasn't really documented all that much." And then he posted on TikTok, the pawn guy.
Yeah.
He was like, "What should I do with this? Like, I don't know what to do with this. This is such like a significant piece of history
Like
that
a
I just
museum
have in
thing,
my
right?
hands.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with it." And then like people were like, "Yo, give it to like a museum."
Yeah,
And then like the ambassador of China called him. He's like, "Yo, like we look, you want that?" And then he kept saying like people kept like very rich people were like, "Yo, I look, you want that."
Oh, now like
Yeah, like
moral or money?
yeah, that's what it's very interesting. This is something recent. It's like
Uh-huh.
3 to 4 days ago. I was telling Eddie about it because it was on Twitter.
What do you do? You sell it or like do you give it?
I mean,
to history?
I would want it in a museum because it's a piece of history. I would want something like that to be preserved and like, because it is sad that like a lot of important people in Japan have been like saying like this event never happened and they're trying to like forget it, and the stories that take place during that time was super sad and super grotesque.
You could just sell it to a museum. It's not like you have to give it to.
No,
them
that's
for
what I'm
free.
saying. Like,
So I would want money for it. I'm like, that's the society we live in. If I have valuable information, you should pay for it.
oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying you shouldn't get paid for it, but like very like random rich people are like, "Hey, I'll look at
Oh,
that,"
yeah,
but just to
like-
have it. Like, no, like,
Yeah,
I want it at a
no.
museum.
But what
But
if they give you like
Yeah.
a blank check and they're like, name a price?
That's tough, bro. I don't think I can say no to that. As much as I want to.
oh my god.
If like Jeff Bezos like write a number there, I'm doing it. I'm keep going zeros until he starts sweating.
You like. Oh, okay.
Oh, I can still go. All right, 9 billion. You're good with that? $9 billion, I'm
Add the
doing
zero,
it.
Add the zero, just like
I'm doing it for 9 billion.
Yeah. I can't compete. Yeah.
I'll do anything for 9 billion almost.
I like how Devin just goes like, dude, it's just like the important historical context is that now like $9 billion.
$9 billion. Yeah, no, I don't know who you think you are. $9 billion, dude.
Dude, my grandchildren are like eating.
Think about all the good I can do with that $9 billion, you know?
True.
Well, you could like buy them out as a person, but like, yeah, no, give me that property back.
Yeah, true.
Maybe.
But no.
I mean, if they're giving you that much money, they probably have more than that. So
Yeah, probably.
couldn't really buy them.
But you should totally check into this if you're into history. My explanation didn't really do it justice, but it's super interesting.
No, I've never heard of this either. I don't like my TikTok is just a bunch of like funny stuff, not like not like interesting stuff, I guess, for lack of a better word. Like I don't learn stuff from TikTok. TikTok doesn't teach me anything.
It teaches you to laugh, to enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I take a lot of things on TikTok with a grain of salt because it's the internet. So like I like doing my research. So like I was surprised that this thing was real, and it was super interesting just to follow it.
Oh, going back to like real and from TikTok, like the Cbat thing we were talking about earlier. that generally could be a fake, because Reddit is infamously known for having people just lie about stories all the time.
Yeah.
So the whole Cbat story could be cap, and I've always thought it was cap when I saw it, because I read the original post back in the day. I was like, this is probably just cap, because
Two years.
Yeah. That's what's like surprising. Like what? How does the moment happen where it's just like 2 years later she's like, this has to stop. This has to stop. Why didn't it happen sooner?
Maybe he didn't do it every time. Maybe it was only every now and then he played that song.
That's the thing, because like the supposed leak playlist, it is like pretty full. It's like 50 songs in there.
Yeah. So it's possible she was okay when he put Kanye on. She was like, all right, that's fine. But then it was just the Cbat for like the 8th time. It was like year 2. She heard Cbat for the 8th time. She's like, that's it. I'm done.
Can't.
Okay, yes, I can see that. But like the muscle memory part is what gets me, right? Because you don't have muscle memory from like an occasional like listen every once in a while, right? That's like constant repetitive movement, you know? Like I play the bass, like I can't just like nail a song if I play once every week, you know?
But think about it. Like you just heard this song like yesterday, and you already know the beat by heart. You're like, dude, like you know it's such an iconic cadence.
Wait, you have a point.
Like after like the 5th time he heard it, he was like, yeah, I don't even need to play it no more. I'm like,
And there's also, he could have just lasted long too.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Maybe that's another reason why she stayed. He was really good in bed somehow.
Yeah.
Even though she said he sucked.
Yeah, me and Ars talking about like he either got to be hung or maybe he's just hot. Maybe he's very attractive, but.
Yeah.
I mean that was also what we were talking about yesterday, right?
Yeah, it was me, you, and Ars. And yeah, I missed on your live demonstration. So sad about it.
Yeah, like you joined back and I just finished. I was like, damn.
You finished?
Not in that sense.
I
climaxed.
I gave the show to the whole Discord server.
Thank God no one recorded it. I don't think, at least, you know.
You're lucky I wasn't there.
Yeah. Gabe's like,
I'm like, oh.
What do Xenon? If you scroll, you don't have TikTok. But,
I'm just like, yeah, keep going, Xenon.
God.
Yeah.
But if I had TikTok, what?
Like you scrolling, you see yourself doing like.
I found the guy.
Yeah, I found the guy. You just air humping your stuffed animal.
Well, I wouldn't be the guy because I actually would be doing it right, you know.
Oh yeah, you remember that.
On tempo.
I forget. You know, you do it right.
Yeah. You know me.
The guy could be doing it right. You don't know.
Did you listen? Did you see?
By the way, either she like did it wrong because she has no rhythm, or that guy's just atrocious.
Yeah,
no
true.
Rhythm.
Okay, now
she could just be doing it wrong because either she doesn't have rhythm or she doesn't care to do it right.
You both bring up a good point. What if she's like not?
Yeah, maybe she's the issue.
or maybe she's not even the right girl. She just lied.
Misremembering, maybe, you know.
That's the thing.
She lied for clout.
Yeah, it's so easy, but like, yeah, I'm the girl.
Yeah.
And then people are like, oh, that's the girl.
Yeah, but why would you do my man like that? Why would you go offbeat? You know?
She doesn't care.
No one likes him anyway.
Yeah, no one's
like, not my boy Chris. Or his name is Tyler. Not my boy Tyler.
I didn't know his name was Tyler.
That's my boy Tyler that you're dissing.
That's what I'm saying. That's my boy.
That's my boy.
If you're listening to this episode, Tyler, unfortunate you share a name with that guy.
I thought you were gonna be like, our hearts are out there for you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Tyler.
Nah, it's tough to be you. There's no cringe people named Gabe that I know of.
I know one right now.
I don't know one.
You know one, Devin? You know one?
I think I know one, but
You think you know one?
How many Gabes do you know, Devin?
I think you're the only one.
So that means I'm the only Gabe who has this award then, right? That is what it means. Yeah. I feel like Chad and... I think I did break it. Look at this. Chad and cringe just
That's how
don't go
chatty you are. You
together.
broke your award, you know?
Yeah, that's how strong I am. That's how chatty I am. I'm just such a
His
chat
mere
now.
presence.
My conqueror's hockey just destroyed it.
Next time we should have like a soy boy award.
A soy boy.
Oh yeah, instead of clown, next year it should be soy boy. Yeah, we got it. That's even worse than clown, low-key.
Fill it with soy sauce.
Did you see what Eduardo looked like in his clown fit? Because he won biggest clown. I forgot to tell you that. Yeah. Biggest clown was like the antithesis to this award, and Eduardo got it because of course he would.
The duality of man.
How much did he win by?
How much did he win by? I think he only beat Devin by like 2 votes. Of course, Devin was in contention, right? He's not like me. You know, where I was on the bottom. Actually, I think me and you had like the same
you were
amount
not
of
at the
votes.
bottom.
Yeah, I was.
No, you weren't. You were
Yes, I
third
was.
place. It
I
was
was not the
it was
third
Eduardo,
place.
me, and then him.
No, he's lying,
it
bro. He's lying.
No, I think he did get third place.
No, don't gaslight the audience.
I feel like you did. I can't remember.
I didn't.
We'll see when the
That
episode
would be
comes
the
out.
duality
But
I gotta
He's got the clown. He's got the clown medallion on there. You can take it.
clown medallion.
You just printed it, cut it out.
Yeah. Editor can throw up the
You
picture.
didn't take it with him?
No, he was salty about it.
He tried to act cool on the episode, and then as soon as the episode got off, he
He
was
started
like,
crying. Just
basically, he was high key salty about it, and
I will make his clown.
he's like, I'm not taking this home. I don't deserve this award. They just gave it to me because they hate me.
You should slip into his car, you know, just like.
I mean, have enough awful takes, and yeah, it was bound to happen.
Yeah, which
Okay,
is why
I'm
he
curious.
was
So, like,
number
what
two.
was his worst take? You want to say?
I
His
think
worst take? I
Well,
don't
his
know.
hot take, top apples are not a top 5 fruit, got a lot of votes.
I'll be honest. I'm not an apple kind of guy.
Honestly, it's really not that ridiculous of a take, but during the episode, Tyler was heated about it.
I
Tyler
feel
was
I'm
not
heated
having
about it. Apple is such a goated fruit. To think it's not an F tier is insane to me.
He put it in F tier?
I put it in S tier.
Oh, S tier. Okay.
I think it is. I think it is an S tier fruit.
It's just like so generic, you know, like.
But he's well-rounded. He can do almost everything. He's a well-rounded player. He can play offense, can play defense. he can dribble, he can shoot.
He's
he
a
can do it all.
midfielder, you know. He's a midfielder. Yeah.
Like you got apple sauce, apple juice, apple and just like in smoothies and stuff is good. Apple slices as a snack was good.
Do you really like applesauce though?
Do you
Yes,
not?
I love
No.
applesauce.
I don't like the texture.
Okay, that's
Okay, that's fair. That's
And like
fair.
apple juice, I feel like it's too sweet. They just make it too sweet, you know?
That's just the apple juice you're getting.
Well,
Apple
like,
juice is
I don't
different by
think I've
every
ever had an
person.
apple juice from like this is just right. Like it's not overbearingly sweet, and I can taste the apple still.
Do you like Manasana Soul? I can't pronounce.
soda.
One's on the soul.
Yeah.
I don't like flavored sodas. I
Oh.
prefer like just
Like
cola.
Sprite. Oh yeah, we
I
talked
don't
about
like
this.
Sprite.
Oh no,
I
you
like
talked about. You
Sprite.
said cola. We talked about it on your episode.
Yeah, well, did we talk
Did
about
we?
this?
I don't think we did.
I've heard this take before.
I
Like,
feel like
I
this was just like at the birthday.
was it at the birthday?
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't remember ever hearing this take from you.
Because he's like, I don't like flavored sodas. I'm like, what the fuck does that even mean? Oh yeah, it was that because we had the Masana Soul. I'm like,
Yeah.
all soda is flavored. Where do you? I thought you meant Sprite, but then you said Coke. I'm like, what are you on about? Coke
So
is
wait, so
Coke
you
is a
like-
flavor. You know that, right?
Well, yeah, but like that's cola. That's a cola. That's like the flavored genre.
So wait, you're not. So by flavor, do you mean like fruit flavor then or something?
Yeah, I mean like fruit flavors. I don't
Okay.
like flavored soda.
That makes more sense.
That's,
Okay.
That's at least how I know it. Like know it as right.
What's your? Oh yeah, what's your favorite soda again?
It's sangria, which is like a Mexican soda.
Oh,
My dad used to say it's like rat's blood, mouse blood. So it has like it holds a deep place in my heart.
I see.
It's
Does it
not
have
though.
like a fruit in it?
Yeah, what does it taste like?
It tastes bad. Like okay.
It tastes awful. It's my favorite soda. It's my favorite soda. It tastes
It's
bad.
like-
Dude, he's the GOAT, undisputed. He's trash though, but he's the GOAT.
It's a good.
Well, listen, like okay, I don't drink, right? But you know how like people are like with beer, where it's like it doesn't taste good, but like they still drink it.
Yeah, I guess, but I think that's for the buzz though.
But, well,
Yeah, why else would you drink it?
Well, okay, but like it's like that with like Senor Real. Like
What do you get the
Sangria-
buzz?
Well, there's no buzz
There's
from it.
no-
It's not
there-
alcoholic.
The buzz is being like nostalgia. That's my buzz.
That's not real. Xenon. You just made that up in your head.
You get a serotonin blast to your own head. You're like, oh man, this tastes
This
like.
reminds me of the good old days when I hated it. I still hate it. Oh crap! That's
You know, like
loud.
Rick's old memories, like that one candy bar they have.
Oh yeah, from Rick and Morty.
That's
I know.
me, but
Yeah, what they did in Rick and Morty is like they take pure serotonin and then like they put it in a candy bar.
Leave it alone. Don't-
Oh, I don't Rick. Okay.
Yeah, you don't. Because you're not the biggest Chad like I am.
Yeah.
He'll never live that down. Just, who's the biggest Chad?
See, I'm gonna rock with this word all season long. This is me.
What's up, bro?
Well, you like looking at the
That's
face
like the eye
reveal?
contact.
He was like, "Oh my god, face reveal!"
Yeah, you started speaking and I saw your face. I was like, oh.
I know. I'm
Xenon
handsome.
face reveal at
I know.
episode 100.
1,000 views, you know? No.
1,000 views. That's not that hard.
I mean, we're on the ride there already.
The way.
Wait. Cut that out.
What the dog doing? Is like,
Yeah.
One fifth of the
No,
way.
no way a dog beat like
What the dog doing has 200 views,
no way a
yeah, and
non-existent
climbing.
dog actually
Actually,
beat
we
me,
do have a
bro.
1,000 viewed video. Actually.
Oh yeah, we do.
That one does not count.
Yeah.
I always forget that one exists.
The Christmas special.
Yeah, I always forget
Yeah.
about that.
I'll think about it, you know, when like the terms of condition of like the mask. People will just be disappointed though, you know, like.
No, they wouldn't. You're a good looking guy, Vian.
No,
you can stop.
you wouldn't.
You can stop the cab. You're a good looking guy.
Thank you.
6'2" Mexican pure muscle.
You take out the mask. You're just a completely different person. You're like
You're
jacked.
actually the chat. You're actually this guy.
I'm just Tyler.
Yeah, you grow in like height. You're like, all right. You're a whole different race. You're like black now.
I had to nurse myself with the mask.
With the mask.
Yeah.
That's what that mask is.
That's literally just like the RDC skit, and where it's like how doctors look different when they took off their mask. It's like you are not the same. That's literally Zero. He goes just transforms.
It's just like but just like the energy I would radiate would just like melt people, you know? Like
God.
it's not fair.
God damn.
I know.
I
know.
wish I had it like that, man.
Like some people are just born lucky, you know. So
Like your brother.
Yeah. That's your biggest rival in life?
You're just living in the anime.
not like the other day he was like, dude, I want to play with my friends, but like I can't play with them. Can I use your account? Cause
I'm too good. I'm too high of a rank.
yeah, I'm like, yeah, man, here's my password.
That's tough, bro.
That's-
Since you're worse than me, but like I use your
He's like,
account.
oh, by the way, you're gold 1 again. I'm
Like,
like, thanks, man, thanks.
He fluxes in everything he does.
So that's why you're gold. I did check it. I was like, yo, Xenon's gold now. He's kind of getting good.
Yeah. I mean, I've been gold before. I've been gold 3, right? So
I
like,
guess.
what do you mean?
You stay in silver most of the time.
Well, in my defense, I had an 11-game loss streak, and I just,
God damn.
I just, it was hard recuperating ever since, you know.
Yeah, you just gotta play with me more often. I think. I think I'm the missing link.
Well, you want me to go back to bronze now? Like, I'm confused. Bro.
Yeah, I'm in iron.
You're I started in iron. I was iron 1 back in the day.
I think everyone starts in iron. It's the below. It's the first tier.
No, because like you get placed.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, so you can be worse than iron.
No, I mean like you can start off not in iron. You can. Start
Oh,
off,
really?
you
So
can
I was
start
just that good to start in iron. Oh, okay. I guess I'm good.
You're aware iron is the worst one.
No, it's not.
Do you mean silver?
No, I'm in iron.
I'm
But I'm not in
confused.
iron 3. I'm like iron 1. So I'm good. Wait, is what I'm saying wrong?
Sounds like cope to me. I'm just saying.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Sounds
Moving on.
Bro, I don't even play ranked like that.
now you usually I don't even play.
I don't. I'm not even ranked
Really
right
is
now.
coping.
I'm not even ranked right now.
Biggest Chad, folks. There he
Yeah,
is.
That's right.
There he
You
is,
guys voted
folks.
for. Remember who you voted for.
I don't even play.
I don't even play ranked like that. Come on.
I don't.
I saw something earlier today about Code Geass coming back for season 3.
3.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know.
I haven't seen the movie, and I think it may be playing off of the movie.
Off the
Everyone
movie.
loves the movie.
Wait, in
Well-
the movie, is it like We already spoiled it last Xenon episode.
No,
right?
we didn't spoil it.
No,
We did.
did.
We did pretty good and not.
Devin did, but
Yeah,
like we didn't.
because we were like
spoil
we were prancing around the ending, and then
Yeah.
it's like, oh yeah, but like this happened.
I literally
so,
said
like,
the ending
And
where
then
she's
the
in the
dog came
carriage.
out. Okay, and then what the dog doing?
And then the crowd. Then we figured out what the dog was doing. That's crazy, bro. Like I didn't see that.
You were looking behind you.
You gonna cry, little soy boy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, get your votes in now. Devin, biggest soy boy next year. Remember that.
That's crazy.
Hey, you guys voted Xenon was second biggest shot. I'm biggest shot. We're both telling you Devin should be soy boy. That's gotta tell you something.
If you listen to your
That doesn't
simp,
skew the votes.
don't be sheep. But I haven't seen the movies. I heard there's a couple. I heard like one of them is just a recap of season 1 and 2 with stuff added, with stuff to changed around. But
one of them is like really good and everyone likes it. I haven't seen it yet though.
yeah, I
What,
mean,
like a movie?
yeah, I just heard about it like today actually because I was watching something about it. But where Code Geass lost off in the anime? Do you know anything about the manga, or does Code Geass have a manga?
There is no manga.
No manga. Okay,
There
that's
is
what I was
a
about to ask.
manga?
Yeah, it's an
That
original.
feels like something where like there would be like a manga.
See, it feels like it should have a manga.
I'm pretty sure, maybe there's like some outliers, but almost every Gundam anime is an original. They're
Really?
pretty much never based on manga. Even Iron Blooded Orphans not based on a manga.
See,
Right.
for Iron Blooded Orphans, I wish they had an anime for like the 300-year war or whatever. Remember? You know what I'm
I
talking
agree, yeah. I think that'd be a good spin-off they could have. But we just maybe, I mean, it is still relatively a new anime. It came out like 3 years ago. It's still a chance.
Like, we want to see like the chattest moments of like
Yeah.
Barbatos, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it definitely could still happen. I don't think it's off the table. Especially if more people like you guys go watch Iron Blooded Orphans.
It's on Netflix. Ooh.
It is on Netflix. Go watch it so they don't take it off.
Right. But with something like Code Geass, would y'all want a season 3, knowing how wonderful and spectacular it ended?
I hated the ending. It's so open-ended. We went over this last time. I was
Okay.
like,
You didn't say you hated it.
Yeah, you never said. You were that like I hated it. You were like I don't like how open ended it is.
I heavily okay. Okay, hate is a strong word. You
But
know?
for them to make a whole new season though, like I feel like they can just make the ending. I mean, I liked it, but
I really can we just spoil it? It's just like so weird. It's just so weird walking around the subject. Of
I mean,
like,
we can't just put a spoiler warning since it is such an old series. We can't get into
we
it.
just-
how old is it?
It's kind of old. It's like what 2010.
2007 is when it came
Yeah.
out, the first season.
2007.
Yeah, it's pretty
We'll
old.
give a little spoiler warning. Editor will tell you like a
You know what?
timestamp
No,
you
it's
can
fine. You
skip
know,
to.
I don't want to.
No, I want because I actually want to talk about get into this why you don't like it
Okay,
so
okay,
much.
okay. So spoiler warning.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
You know,
skip to it.
Timestamp here.
doing?
To continue up ahead. No, okay. So like, you know how it's like, oh, he could be alive because of like the whole.
Yeah, of course.
You know, so,
he
like-
could be alive, or maybe he's not.
Well, that's a part where it's like, well, is he? Is he not? You know.
Well, I don't think that really
So
does
you
any.
don't like that it's open ended?
No, I would have preferred like, so if let's say for example, then like they did confirm killed him off, right? And then they're like they might make a third season, and then I'm like, yeah, why would they do that if they was like a confirmed kill, right? But the fact that they left it open ended, it makes sense to make a third season. That's like the whole point of leaving it up to the viewer. Of course, that takes away from the beauty of like leaving it up to the viewer, but it satisfies me because it gave a purpose to my like ruined ending.
Right. But my thing is like if Zero is alive or not, I don't think it truly matters to the story. I think what matters at the end of the day is like his impact.
did?
Yeah, his
Yeah.
impact to the world and how he changed it. If he's alive or not, it doesn't really matter. He's done what he did already. So like I think it's kind of cool. Like, oh, maybe he is alive, maybe he isn't, and it just it's just a conversation I have, and that's like for season 3. I don't know what they would do. I'm curious. Like they haven't disappointed me at all, but I don't know. I feel like the season 3 would be kind of weird because we have all this build up to this last episode, and where everything comes into plan beautifully, But I don't know.
Well, and I feel like it just makes more sense if he is alive, just in the sense that like.
But what would he do?
Well, he's such like a mastermind, like orchestrating this whole plan, and it works out in the end, right?
No, yeah, and I was
To
like
not
that.
plan out his survival seems absurd to me. Just like looking at Lelouch as a character, right?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, or it just shows his dedication to like he'll do all this to make the perfect world for not only his sister, but just mainly for his
No
sister.
way he couldn't like play the game of chess to the point where like he gets the outcome he wants.
I mean, Lelouch isn't perfect. Like Lelouch is really smart, but he lost a couple battles throughout the Code
We
Geass.
can ignore those.
He's ignored those.
Sweep it
Like
under the rug.
he's taken some L's.
Every character does though. Like no character has like never lost before.
I guess, but like I wouldn't say he's as smart as someone like Light, or like he's like this.
Bro, Light has lost way more in that.
No, but it's different.
He
right?
took the biggest L of them all in the ending. Honestly,
Exactly.
like it's a fatter L than Lelouch ever took.
Yeah, but like I think Light and Lelouch have lost for different reasons. Light at the end didn't lose because he was like.
First of all, Lelouch won.
Well, yeah, okay.
Yeah, let's get that right. Lelouch won and Light lost, and he's trying to say Light is smarter. Is ridiculous.
No, I don't think it is ridiculous because someone like Light, while he should have took into account that maybe was Mechameme, where the fuck that nigga's name was? Mikami. Maybe he should have taken account of what he did, but like, I don't know, his plan was perfect. Light should have won at the end of the day.
But
and the only reason why he didn't was one slip up from some this random character that was following him. Maybe Light didn't take into account that he would do something like that.
Yeah, and Lelouch would have taken that account. That's the thing. The difference between Lelouch and Light is Light assumes his plan will go perfectly. Lelouch assumes his plan won't, so he has a backup. And that's why I think Lelouch is better. Because Lelouch doesn't assume he's won. He assumes he's lost and works on the presumption he's lost to win.
Yeah, but he's lost, like... The people that Lelouch has lost to... I don't think as smart as people like L, or like... I feel like Light had...
The people that... Lelouch... Well, first of all, Light didn't lose to L. But he lost to Nier, and
oh yeah, that's what I mean. But like the people that like Light has faced, I think are smarter. And just
who do you think Lelouch lost to? Like, unless you want to call the cat a loss on his part, like he lost to a nigga who had the power to read his mind.
But no, like
it's not about being smart. At the end of the day, that's just a hard counter. He can read your mind.
No, because like I'm trying to remember because it has been a while since I rewatched the series. Yeah. But he's lost certain like battles and wars, and you see it like he breaks down. He gets like frustrated because like fuck, I lost. I can't remember which battle it is, but he lost to his older brother. His older brother the whole time was slapping around to like the last part where he like perfectly remembered a whole conversation that him and his brother would have. Which is the same feat as it is. I don't know how he did that, but
I think the thing is with Lelouch though, it's not like he's losing necessarily. He's just doing the fight. Like the fight isn't over. You can't count as a loss if the battle hasn't concluded.
But he acts like it is because like I don't maybe just his character. I guess it is his character because like every time he does get some resistance or something doesn't go his way, he completely breaks down and he kind of cries about it. I love Lelouch, but he's a little bit of a crybaby when he takes an L. And he breaks down and he loses his way, and then C2 like says like, "Hey, stop being a bitch." He's like, "Yeah, you're right." And then he like, starts being a chat again.
Well, like I think the other thing is that makes Lelouch so charming is the fact that like he's always dealt like the worst hand, right? That's like makes the most of like whatever he's dealt. When Light, at least he like retains that like anonymity.
Anonymity.
Yeah, that's the word. Like throughout the whole time, you know, or like sure, it's like the point where it's like it could 50% chance that it could be him or whatever when like Light's doing his when L's doing his thing on like Light, right? But like still, I feel like he has like a better hand, just like in comparison to like what Lelouch has most of the time.
No, he does. Like the Death Note is of such a huge advantage as it is.
I would say everyone tries to whenever like the Lelouch and Light debate comes up, they always try to say Lelouch has the advantage because of the Geass, but I think
no, the Death Note
like it takes more thinking to use that just because it's like it's a one time. You have to know when it would be best used.
But the thing is, Light didn't only have the Death Note. He also had his girlfriend.
And a demon.
Yeah, he had a whole other demon that he could just he masterfully manipulated. And he had a whole get out of jail free card with it. So
he didn't manipulate Ryuk. Ryuk just liked
not Ryuk. Was it Rem?
He didn't manipulate Rem either.
Yes, he did.
He just had leverage on her. It's not like he didn't like manipulate her.
Could you not call that manipulation?
Because it was only a one-time thing. He didn't always have her under his thumb. It was only for like one time.
He manipulated the event, so it could happen though.
Yeah, that's a one-time thing though. Like I feel like it's kind of like disingenuous to say like he was manipulating her. Like he could use her multiple times, but he can only use her once.
Right.
It's like a one-time factor.
Okay, I see what you mean.
But like. At the end of the day, like, I think Lelouch is, like he said, Geass takes way more skill to use because it is a one-time use. He has to think, if I use this now, I'm screwed if I need to use it ever again. Whereas Light can just infinitely use that Death Note as long as he wants. And he has such an advantage with the Death Note because nothing like that exists in that world. And it's just a perfect way to kill people.
Yeah.
For him to be found out anyways is nearly impossible
to begin with. There are other Death Notes, right? Like, that's like...
Yeah, but like they're not known because no one was like doing like...
His opponents don't have Death Notes, right? That's like the other thing. Compared to Lelouch where like... some people have like other powers, like the reading the mind. Yeah, the Geass is reading the mind and whatnot. So
yeah, but I don't know. It just feels like Lelouch, his like adversaries just feel so like grounded. But I guess it just shows just like the series itself. Like intelligent wise, they just feel more grounded. And he has been outsmarted by some of those more grounded people.
Not to say like the people he's fighting are on like L's strategy or like L's like level, but it's a completely different thing. You're talking about strategy and battle versus detective work. It's a completely different field.
I guess,
and
yeah.
You could argue that their strategy mind is equal to L's detective mind. Intelligence is a whole different thing, but just like they're two different like things.
Right.
Lelouch is doing a war, and Light is just trying to be a criminal. Like they're completely different things.
Whoa, vigilante.
whoa, criminal.
Come on,
you mean God?
Right?
You mean God?
Well,
Is this guy really disrespecting
I never
God?
I never said Light was right. Whoa.
I just want to call him a criminal.
Yeah.
But like, I think you're misunderstanding the circumstances though. Like, war is so different than what Light's doing. So you can just say they're average people. They're not average people. They're generals who've been doing war for so long.
For so long, yeah.
They are good at what they do. Just because they're not like intelligent in books like Light and Lelouch are, doesn't mean they're not smart in battle.
I'm just saying.
That's what they do.
I put my money on Lelouch in a chess match. Like
in a chess match, like Light versus Lelouch.
Somehow,
Yeah, like-
which should be impossible. He won with the king.
Well, I don't know. The way they were playing, there's no way because he put himself in checkmate, and technically by the rules, you can't put yourself in checkmate.
But like, it's
well, not checkmate, but you can't put yourself in check. That's what I meant.
It's a strategy to make time because then everyone's like, wait, what's happening? And then you go.
Yeah,
back.
but you can't force your king into check. I think that's a rule in the rulebook. You can't do that.
But what if like you slip up and like, oh, pause, go back? You made time for yourself while you're like fixing that mistake. You know?
I guess I don't know.
Yeah, the point of the chess match was to make time. He wasn't to win. He was just stalling for time.
I guess, but like I don't know. It was weird. I don't think you can do that.
No,
You
you
can't.
No.
You can't
That's
put yourself in check.
I'm just saying, $200 on a 250. You know, just might as well.
If he made that match go that long against the best chess player in the world, like just to stall time, imagine if he's actually trying.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I imagine.
He's actually trying, he'd be nutty.
But that's his like his ML though. He always like leads with the king, and that's like his whole thing.
Yeah, because he's like the king should lead the battle.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's still that good at chess with that
The king-
strategy.
yeah,
is
it's
insane.
kinda correct.
What
He's
was
kinda
that other anime? Like it's like him and like his sister, and they go.
Oh,
No Game, No Life.
yeah, no game in life.
Yeah.
They're
I
cracked,
love that
yeah.
episode. I love that episode.
What is it? Anime tournament chess arc? Like, all right, who's
do have a
winning?
chess-
The chess org, yeah.
No, I meant like among like other anime. Like, all right, get Light,
Oh,
get
Lelouch. That would go W.
who's winning?
Yo, when Know the Game of Life, when the author comes back, do it, bro. make it a chess multiverse.
Chess multi.
That'd go crazy.
That would go crazy.
We should have like a podcast chess tournament. You know.
Podcast tester. Like all among the people on this podcast.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
guess. I
chess
mean,
special. Then we're
Chess
really just
special?
copying Trash Chase.
yeah, we're just trust chase at this point,
They
dude.
did a chess special.
Yes.
I don't watch.
Yeah,
chess.
it was like their first special they did.
It's like the most iconic like
Checker
special.
special.
Checker special.
You have any other idea? There like sport specials you'd want to do? Because there's one I've been wanting to do.
What?
I've been thinking about. Well, I'm asking you first.
Oh, sports.
Or just
not
like any game.
physical activity or anything like as a special wise, you think would be interesting.
StarCraft 2. I don't.
StarCraft 2 special, bro. Yeah, let me get my dad on my team, I guess. me, my dad, and Xenon versus Deven.
That's
Tyler,
sound
and
no. That's
Yo,
cracked.
dude,
That's
I
so
want to get
cracked.
nerfed. What the hell, bro?
That's so cracked. What was the thing that you were thinking about, Gabe?
Dude, there's this dodgeball with like I see RDC World playing dodgeball all the time at DreamCon.
Oh,
yeah.
Dude, that looks so fun. We don't have enough people for that.
Yeah, I was like, we
though.
have enough people. We have enough people for a single team, but then like,
Yeah, like if we were the team versing other people, yeah, that would be good.
I don't know. If y'all can find another podcast that we can fight, then
That would be crazy, man. I'm just saying, bro, you're not beating the monster trio. Gabe, Devin, and Tyler step up. That monster trio is over.
walk onto the court like no.
Some call them the big three.
That would go W. But no, that drop would be fun.
Yeah, but there's not really much else we could do. Cycling special.
Cycling special.
We do
Yeah.
like a mockumentary, like
A mockumentary.
Do a boating special.
boating.
Speedboat racing. Who's the best? We have to all get our boating license, but
Oh, a jet ski.
Oh yeah, let's go rent out jet ski real quick,
We'll
dude.
do like a timed, you know.
I know it's easy for you. Like, yeah, let me go call my uncle and get his jet ski real quick.
We can definitely do
Can
tournament.
I borrow one of your 17 jet skis? Yeah, all right, for sure.
All right, for sure.
Oh, father. May I borrow the jet ski?
May you
please?
partake.
Yeah, we're taking the jet ski.
We can definitely do like games like we have like a Mario Kart. tournament. More like a tournament, like, you know, do like a simple like 4 races.
I feel like a lot of gaming stuff though doesn't fit into what this channel's about. That'd have to be like a.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like we can do like we keep talking about like making like a Twitch channel and start doing shit like that.
Yeah, but I feel like for this main channel though, it's got to be like more like reality stuff, like the not the what'd you say? What was the first thing you said?
The chess special.
Like chess is a game, but it's still kind of a reality thing.
I don't know. I feel like we can add like a. What's the word? When like you have people talking.
Oh, we're commentators.
Yeah, you have commentary with the chess. I don't know, like in between moves,
It's trash
like
days.
in between moves, you have to like pull out a card. You do like something random in the middle.
Like
or
Silent
whatever.
Library.
Huh?
It's like Silent Library challenges.
What do you mean?
Like you pull a card and it's like a challenge.
Yeah, and then like your timer is still going on though, you know. So
Maybe.
you don't lose when you run out of time. It's just like a punishment.
I mean, we have all those games in your closet. We could always just record us playing one of those games.
Let us know in the comments if there's any specials you'd like us to do. We only had 2 specials in season 1. Maybe we can get more this year.
Wait, which were?
What'd you say?
What were they?
Oh, they're just holiday specials.
Oh,
We
where's
had
the Among Us
Christmas and
special?
rap special.
Oh my god.
Among Us
Why do you want the
special?
Among Us special, bro?
Would you want us playing Among Us? If so, you can say it. But if there's any games or like physical games or video games, by fact, you want us to play, then just let us know.
The Monopoly special.
Let's say we have hours of footage of us playing Among Us. It's on his channel.
We could actually say we playing Among Us, but everyone be real. Like don't do that nonsense of like let's kill Gabe because he's too smart. Let's actually let Gabe play the game.
What about like the Jackbox special?
The Jackbox special? That's just us playing Jackbox. It's not a
Okay,
special,
man,
bro.
my bad.
Nothing spell shit about that. You gotta like.
We always could play Jackbox though. They did come out with Jackbox 8 that we haven't played.
Wait, guys, I got a pool party special.
Pool party?
Yeah, it's like.
Where's the pool at, Zion? Is it at your dad's abode?
Yeah.
His 12 acres of land.
Yeah.
He's got a pool somewhere in those acres.
It's a whole acre actually.
The pool itself is the
Acre and a half, but you know
Yeah.
that's if you're being generous.
There's no like pool around here, guys.
Is there? Do y'all have a pool?
Right there, but
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
what's a pool special? What do we do? Marco Polo?
We were just set up a camera and just us just chilling.
Yeah, we'd have to like.
We're barbecuing. I don't know.
How
Just
would
a
we even
slice of
talk?
life.
How would the audio even work in that situation? We'd have like waterproof mics or something attached to our like pecs. Because like we're shirtless. Like I don't even know how that would work.
We can race in the water. I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff out there. You know, my bad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for trying. You know,
No, we can just go skydiving. Just put
Yeah, it was just a skydiving special.
GoPro. I'm like, well, let's go.
I'm
Going
down.
to space special would be interesting. Like going to the ISS.
Might as well just go to the Area 51.
Area 51 special.
Yeah,
Maybe-
raid. Like,
Maybe episode 51, even though it's already happened. Maybe episode 151.
Today we raid Area 51.
I'm just saying, look, if we get to 151 somehow, you know what that episode's gonna be.
just a whole joke just posted up in front of Area 51. Like we're anime villains.
Yeah.
We would have shirts though, right?
Yeah, we don't matching.
Okay.
God.
Just making sure, you know.
Yeah, they can't stop all of us.
Even though I would say they can't stop me, but yeah.
Nah, they'd be scared. You'd just like.
I'll walk there. They'd be like, "Oh my god, is that the biggest chat from the JWP podcast game?
Oh my god,
we can't stop him. Let him through."
It's the biggest chat.
And then like to my side, like, "Oh my god, is that the best guest Xenon?"
No.
Like, oh, it's just Deven. Kill him.
He's not denying it.
Yeah, he's nothing.
I mean, I am just Deven. I mean, I'm my variant. What do you mean, bro? I'm like the path of pain.
Yeah,
This is me, my variants behind me. You're like,
Yeah, Deven won basically the same award twice. Like it was like best variant and best nickname.
What's the nickname?
the menace for hire.
He's got
That is
some.
a good nickname.
Starting, it's only been about 3 episodes, but you got some competition already this year. We got like, well, I guess one of them is him with that Durdog.
That Durdog.
But then you guys, now that Xenon's actually explained his nickname, it could be a contender next year.
True.
No, we gotta like scrap it. I'll make a better origin.
You like craft a new.
Yeah, forget about this episode. Next episode, Xenon's back. It'll be a new origin story completely.
Yeah, I'll be like Xenon. Where should I start?
Where should I start?
I pull out a book.
It was a full moon.
It was a
Dude, if you come on next episode with some insane backstory, You gotta do it now. You're hyping it up. You gotta do it. Next time you're back on, come with this crazy story.
Blood Red Moon.
You gotta do it like Tyler's here, actually. Maybe the Christmas special could be the time for it.
Maybe.
Like the mask is just
The
like
Christmas special, we
concealing
tell
my power,
stories.
you know?
Oh, the mask is your power?
It conceals my power, you know?
Oh, it conceals your power.
That's
Okay.
what, like,
I feel like
changed completely,
that's a
you know?
character, I'm sure.
Conceals his power, the mask.
It sounds so familiar that I can't think
guess.
of it.
There's only 2 masked characters I can think of.
Yeah, but you don't watch anime.
Yeah, you're right.
Lelouch.
Lelouch. Oh yeah, right. Okay, 3 then. My
But he
bad.
does contain his power there.
I guess.
Bro, what you like? You know Obito?
Yeah, I would say Obito, Dio. But he doesn't really
I
wear a
guess
mask.
if you call Dio a mask user, yeah.
Well, no, because like the mask has the power. It's more like my mask
Dream.
dream.
That's what the mask is.
Is Dream he's your third? Dream enters the battle. Kakashi,
I guess, yeah, Kakashi.
Shigaraki,
Oh yeah. I mean, I guess you want. Yeah, I guess it is a mask.
Haku,
Yeah. Okay.
Kadeki,
Kaneki, yeah.
I like how both of these. like,
Usopp. I mean, not Usopp. Soga King.
Yeah, Soga King. All right.
my fault. Mystigan.
Oh yeah.
You know a lot more.
Yeah, I don't
honestly.
know. I couldn't really think of any. I was thinking more of like full mask.
Mm.
I mean, those are full masks to a extent.
True.
Yeah.
So next time, origin story.
I guess. I don't know. I kept thinking what's like rating Area 51. Cause ever since like I just have the Paths of Pain beyond me. Like it's
Path of Pain Deven new variant.
just me and all my other variants.
Okay, well, what's this variant thing? I'm confused now. Like, what is this?
Oh,
wording
so
line?
before I was
hang on. Before we get into that, let's take a break.
Not no lie, 54 episodes of Xenon I feel like had like stronger takes than like.
I mean, yeah, that was just your take episode. Now we're just
54.
talking. We already know who you are. Now we're just talking.
Yeah, we had to introduce you.
See, I feel like the mask makes up for like.
That's what the mask is. Have you heard of this? Do you know what I'm referencing? Oh, you never heard of
I was like, what the fuck is
Do you
this?
know what Dream is?
Dream?
Yeah,
I
the
know
Minecraft you
the song he made.
Yeah.
Bro, the fact that every time he slapped it, changes. Change.
Change
Alright,
now.
Get you?
Change now.
That reminds me, I did forget to nominate like like the Get You Force Jowp and best variants too. But yeah, you want to explain the variants?
Oh yeah. Before, I mean, this predates the podcast, but I have like a lot of nicknames because I like making nicknames. But before I was a host, I was a guest because they had no guests because they were losers. So I was a guest with a new name. I just had a new name. I have all these variants.
The menace for hire.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying, hang on, how's he gonna call us a loser? We got Liz, bro. We pulled Liz on this episode. I'm just saying.
Yeah. But I have like about 3. I think either 3 or 4 episodes with all different titles and different names. So those are just new people. They're not. That's it. I just have different personalities.
Next time it'll be Xenon B, and it's like a blue man.
Yeah, but I've always been like this. I always just have different names, nicknames, because that was fun. Because you look at media and stuff, and like anime characters have like all these like, or like just characters in general have these cool nicknames.
Yeah.
Like Batman's just like the Gotham Knight, or like the Cape Crusader,
The Dark Knight.
and like the Scarlet Speedster. That's like nicknames. That's like I just love names. But now that I've basically pretty much, I think I can fill all the paths. Like now I'm just the Paths of Pain.
Wait, hang on. Before we get into that real quick,
Yeah.
have you seen the thing with like, you know who Dick Grayson is, right?
Yeah, I
From-
love Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen
my
like
boy
Pussy
Nightwing.
Grey Daughter?
Oh my god!
Have you know what I'm talking
I've
about?
never seen that, but I got it immediately when you said it.
I'm
See,
sorry.
great.
Say that again. What?
So you have Dick Grayson and Pussy Grey Daughter.
Pause. Go back. I need a like a
Dick
I
Grayson,
need a
Pussy
break.
Grey Daughter.
Is it like the embers?
There's
Yeah,
another one.
it's like the meme that have people with like Joe Biden. It's like Joe Biden when he sees Joe Heterodin and Joe
Joe Gaden.
And I saw that and I was like, that's pretty funny. And I saw the Nightwing one. He was like Dick Grayson when he meets Pussy Grey Daughter.
That's That's a good.
But yeah, back to the
that
variants
was
thing,
it.
though.
I just have
That was your nickname. Like variants is a different thing though.
But yeah, I guess.
Who else would you nominate for variants?
Well, those are just nicknames.
Those are just
Two
nicknames.
different categories.
Yeah, those are nicknames. I also have variants because like. That is something we do off the podcast and on. We do like hypotheticals, and I like throwing myself in there. So I'm like, all right, I have all these other variants like ST Deven.
Okay.
I didn't make that name, but it stuck.
Yeah, the viewers love it. I loved it.
I make a pack with the Death Plague God, and now Death Plague.
Bro, it's not death, bro. You're the
No, if you look at it, he's a disease/death.
Bro,
Death
you're
is in the
disease
name.
god,
He
bro.
took
You're
it out.
disease. You're
He took it
disease.
out. Death is in the name for sure. But yeah, I just have all these different variants running around.
Yeah, basically like the variants come from like our hypothetical episodes. We do like the Blood God one where ST Devon came from was like, what if the Blood God existed basically, and then we go from there. We make our own stories from there, and that's where our variants come from because those what ifs usually lead to unrealistic like powers or something. And then yeah, we're just like that version that's like Jowp X Gabe because this Gabe obviously isn't me.
Yeah,
That
we
Gabe is different.
just make stories and it's fun. It's been a while since we done one, but
Didn't you guys just have one like yesterday or something? A couple of days ago?
With
I heard
who?
from I heard from someone that you guys did like a Willy Wonka what if.
oh my god, that was dumb. It was. I don't even want to talk about it because
I was there.
I wouldn't hear about it.
premise of what it was. Eddie, Eddie isn't the best at making hypotheticals, so they usually do divulge into pure and nonsense. But what it was is like, what if Willy Wonka? Would you go to Willy Wonka, like participate in the thing if you had a chance to die? And I was like, sure, why not? And then it ended up like all of us being in there, and we didn't realize our chance to die was us killing each other, battling to the death.
Just Hunger Games in
Yeah,
there?
it was just Hunger Games. And the reason why I divulged that because Eddie, frame one, made like an arrow out of like chocolate, and then he tried to shoot Natalie with it, and Natalie snatches it out the air, bites it. And then for some reason,
D&D at this point.
yeah, no, I kid you not. I really said, Jose, roll a perception check, dude. You're not hitting me with this, bro. Roll it. But Jose also, while seeing Eddie make like the arrow, because he's like Iron Man for some reason, I will explain that later. Jose, he was like, yeah, I'm just a throat goat, so I take a candy cane, dick throat it, and make like a knife out of it. I was like, he was like, I did it in 2 seconds. I did, and he made like a knife. I was like, what are you on about? I was like, and kid you not, I was just sitting there listening to this because like in character, I was just like watching all this madness happen. I was like, what are we doing? Jose had like a knife and he made like a scythe out of the candy cane. And Eduardo, he like for some reason could speak to like the Oompa Loompas. So he has like an infinite army of just Oompa Loompas. And Eddie kept upgrading like his shit, so now he made an armor out of chocolate. So he's basically Iron Man. So he has like he's like, I made an arc reactor. I had all this shit on
Chocolate
me,
man.
Bro.
because like the Oompa Loompa technology is insane. Because like if you remember, they like
The TV thing?
yeah, the TV thing.
yeah.
It's
This is
fucking
going
insane.
off of like the new one with like Johnny Depp, by the way. Not
Yeah, it's
the
the
old
newest one.
Yeah.
So like, it's basically Eduardo and Eddie versus me and Jose. So I started doing guerrilla tactics. I'll pull a rainbow. I started like blending up the chocolate river. I started making traps. Meanwhile, this army of Oompa Loompas is fighting Eddie while he's like arc blasting them with chocolate shit. I was like, and I was sitting there all the time like, what are we doing? Why are we doing this?
Devin's like, I missed the Gabe hypothetical. This isn't the same when Eddie runs it.
I did end up dying because Jose for some reason was like a god with the scythe. He was like, he like spun it. Well, like at first, he's the throat goat. So like he got like a power up to the point where like he like gained echolocation with his throat. He was like, he knew echolocation, and me being like a Rambo-esque guy, I was like in a tree hiding, waiting to snap his neck. He senses me, slices the tree, and as I said, I jump out and land, and like as I land, he like puts a candy cane up my ass and like skews me like he's Vlad the Impaler. And I was gonna argue the fact, but they didn't let me argue it. Like, no, Dev, you're dead. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. I died. There's no arguing with Eddie. I was like, sure, yeah, I'm dead. And the battle just continued.
I remember Jose told me someone became Dr. Manhattan.
Oh yeah, that's the dumbest thing. Cause at that point, there was no rules to what your power could be. 'Cause, like in our
There were
hypotheticals,
rules.
no, because
Well,
like in a
usually in our
hypothetical,
hypotheticals, we're like we have groundwork of rules.
Okay.
But we have like a theme we stick to. We don't just go, all right, we're doing mutant theme today, but I feel like I want to be Dr. Manhattan.
yeah,
Like
because
we kind of stick to our rules.
so what happened, like after I died, Eduardo had this whole theme that he was like Naruto for some reason because he had the Oompa Loompas as shadow clones. I don't know why he made that connection, but he's like, yeah, I have shadow clones, I have the Oompa Loompas. So after he saw me die, he got like this shonen protagonist power up. He was like, my friend. He's like, and then like Eddie said, okay, I'm at Dark Manhattan, and then it just ended. You know, because none of us knew, like, all of us knew, like, we can't beat Dark Manhattan, so it just killed it. It's like, all right, you would, GG.
What is Dr. Mount? Pardon my.
Oh yeah, no, you're good. I forget that not everyone is familiar with Dr. Manhattan.
Yeah.
He's just a comic character who's broken.
Okay.
That's all you need to know. You just
He
he
can do everything.
can do whatever he wants. He exists he's like
He's almost omnipotent. He's like, I think he's like nigh omnipotent.
but he's omnipresent because he is everywhere.
He's everywhere?
Yeah,
Yeah,
his
he's
molecules are everywhere in the universe.
Yeah, but that's basically it. It was so dumb. It was kind of funny though, hearing Warden and Eddie fight.
The beginning sounds pretty fun.
Yeah, the beginning, like it did sound fun until it divulged into pure madness.
The Willy Wonka hypothetical.
Because they took all the good shit. Because I was like, oh, I can start making shit. But Eddie started making stuff. Eduardo, for some reason, could speak their language. I was like, fuck, what can I do? And Jose, obviously, he's the throat goat in real life and in hypothetical. So I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Wait, can you like attest to him being? The
Oh, I guess you weren't there. I sent a picture.
No, he's saying like, are you proof of it? Like,
Oh, am I proof to it? No, I'm not proof to it. But
I saw the picture.
there's pictures. You saw. He had a hot dog with down his gullet. And he even mentioned it himself, like he is the throat goat. I know you can hear me, Jose. You're the throat goat, but it was fun at first. But you can only go so far in an Eddie hypothetical without it being dumb.
that's what, or not only just an Eddie hypothetical. I feel like without someone like me or Tyler to give your stories, even not just hypotheticals, just stories or games, like a strict structure or a rule path, it just becomes dumb. Which, like last night when you guys were playing that game, I was like, yeah, it's just dumb. You guys are just playing, say a word and let it go.
Yeah, it was.
And it's like, well, that's a good thing you're not playing. I'm like, yeah, I know. That's why I chose not to play it, because I know that's how you guys do things. You guys have no rules. You just say stuff. It's not a game at that point. You're just talking.
Yeah.
Because if you don't even know what the story is, then what's like, you know the game where it's like you say a word and they continue and you make a story?
Yeah.
It's like one person says one word. Yeah. The point of the game is to make a story that's funny. If you don't even know the story, you're not playing the game right. They don't even know what the story is because they're just saying words. They're not even trying to make a story.
It was pretty dumb.
But yeah, I thought that was pretty funny when Jose was telling me that. He was like, yeah, we did a Willy Wonka. It
was a battle
into Eddie becoming Dr. Manhattan. And I was like, I don't know how that happened.
Because there was no like build up. He's like, yeah, Eduardo evolved. Okay, I'm gonna evolve too. And he sent a gift of Dr. Manhattan. He's like, yeah, that's what we know. I'm like, all right, cool.
Well, you were already dead at this point, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, I was already salty as it was because when Jose cut the tree, I was about to say like, oh, I'll about jump out the tree and do some shit. But he said a whole sentence like, yeah, I cut the tree and then I skewer you, and then they're like, Deven, he got you. You're dead. I'm like, I can't contest it. Like, no, you're died. I'm like why is this man just not twirling killing me? But it's whatever.
He rolled, bro. I saw it, bro. I saw the 20.
You should have been like, I
there.
evolved too, and then you feel like dead man.
I guess, but I don't like doing shit like that. I like being grounded enough in whatever
Nah,
scenario we're
you're
in.
a ghost now, man. Now you got ghostly powers.
Ghostly
Yeah.
powers. I do like playing by the rules that are in the world we're in because it makes it fun. It makes it fun.
Yeah, maybe one day you'll be on a hypothetical episode. Unfortunately, hypothetical episodes aren't really planned out. They just kind of like
They just
happen
happen?
sometimes.
They just happen.
But if I ever do have one planned out, I'm like, hey, we should save this for a Xenon episode, and we'll see how Xenon reacts in that.
Zombie hypothetical.
I feel like we've
Zombie.
done that before.
Not really.
Kind
We just talked about like what would happen with certain people like Natalie and Eduardo, but we didn't go into like detail. But I don't know how we would make a zombie hypothetical. But I did have a question because I've been asking a lot of people this.
Yeah.
I don't know how far we're in, but if you had a chance to like remake the world into your image,
Yeah.
all right, I want to restate this because I have two people this, and they both misunderstood. Even though it's literally remake the world in your own image, they
Yeah.
thought they're just making the world into them, which I don't know how they
The
got.
world is them.
The world is them. But after I had to explain like what English was, I'm like you're remaking the world into like, however you see fit. Would you? And if so, what would you do?
No, because like this idea is like it's like you think of a utopia, right? And like what the perfect world is to you, right? Because assuming when you say like into your image, it's like that person what they view as perfect, right?
Yeah.
But like what they want to see. But like I feel like perfection, at least to me, is like so like out there because like it's all that. It's just like too far out there for me to like be able to like fathom what perfection is, even to me, right? Knowing like what I consider to be like a flaw or not, right? Like, and it just seems like a boring world. Like, what makes something at least fun? Maybe like, I guess someone's image of themselves could be like chaotic, right?
Right.
But like, I don't. At least that's not the case for me. And like to me, if like a world based off what was the thing again?
Oh, just like remaking the world in your own image.
In my image, right?
Cause you just make it however you want.
Okay. It's just like making the world you want, right?
Yeah.
But like, okay, but you say in someone's image, and like, does that mean like a world that's like them, but like not them, but as in like their.
But it's your values and beliefs.
My values, right?
And yeah, and like all the people that, and this is originally was Eddie's question because he asked Ash this, and I was there participating. And for the most part, most people did say no. Like a lot of us had said no for different various reasons, and I'm actually cool. And that's actually kind of interesting that we all said no for different reasons. But Ash, she was the one that said yes.
Well, she's Canadian.
She is Canadian, and so
Canadian and egotistical.
Yeah. So we did kind of pick apart her little world because it's so interesting. Because what she said was like, yeah, I'll make like this system somehow. She made this system so like the more like bad you are, or the more bad acts you do, the uglier you are. And then like and then you can also like become more attractive like the more good acts you do. So me and Eddie poked holes at it and like, okay, well, people would only want to start doing good acts to become more beautiful. So how does your system view that and stuff? And then and then she was like, oh, well, my system knows your heart attention. So I'm like, okay, well, like, what? And then it's up to you to define what's good and bad, right? And then we got on the topic of like religion, because like we talk about like what about religious beliefs? People view different things religiously differently. So like, and then she said, all right, no religion. I'm like, that's a crazy statement.
No religion.
No religion, because we talked about like what morality is and like how a lot of our laws and everything that we have, it's based on religion.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, you can have people who are both moral and not religious. And I said, you could now. Because we can't separate. Yeah, because now we have a concept of what morality is. Yeah. But at the end of the day, religion is still like the foundation of any law or morals that we have preconceived.
Well, this is like her image. Then, like at this point, then I'm like, morale can just be like, or morals can just be like innate. You're just born with this concept of it.
Well,
right?
that's what I was saying. Like she had to define what is good and what is bad at that point. If she's just getting rid of all religion.
Well, like I like the world we live in, not in like the sense of like I think it's perfect, like it's obviously not, right? But like I like the I don't know, the grind behind it all, right?
The grind.
Well, like listen, in my econ, like I'm obviously like very fortunate, right? So like I got like boosted in a sense, right?
Right.
But like in my econ class, we were talking about how like, let's say you're in love and like you and like your girlfriend or whatever, significant other or whatever, like just graduated college and you're about to get married, right? But this girl confesses and like she's super rich. Her dad is like Bill Gates or whatever.
Bill Gates, yeah.
He's about to die and she's like the only like inheritee. I don't know, like the
yeah,
word, right?
I think it is inheritee.
And it's like, and she's like, you should come meet my dad and like I just want to get married before he dies and blah blah blah, right? It's like, do you leave her? Just like, and then like become uber rich by marrying this girl who like supposedly loves you, right?
By chance and all that.
Well, yeah, right. And so like, to me, or I would say no, right? Not like a lot of these, like the love aside, because that's like I guess the biggest thing for people is like, but it's like the love of my life. Why would I leave her for money, right?
Yeah.
To me, at least, if I'm put in a position where like I have everything I want, I can see it becoming stale very quickly.
Okay.
Like, there's only so much you can do with money before you get bored of having said money. Like, at least if I worked for it, I can be like, there's a sense of enjoyment even just like having it, not just spending it.
That's super interesting. You took it as something as you just be stale and boring.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. What were you, Gabe? I'm sorry. I know we went on a long tangent.
No, I don't know if I can follow up with Xenon. He said a whole lot. I don't know.
Well,
I'll just say no to the question.
You wouldn't change.
I don't think I have the mental capacity to control the entire world like that. And I like kind of like what Xenon was saying. I I can't grasp like everything of the world. I can hardly grasp how many people live in like America,
Right.
let alone the entirety of the world controlling everything their beliefs, and everyone going under the same person's moral or law or their code is just not going to be a good society.
Agreed.
That's a dictatorship, and the reason dictatorships don't work is not because they're bad people, it's because everyone can't think the same. It just won't work. You have to have different minds to make things work.
I would like to interject.
I would like to, have you heard of the Third Reich?
Have you heard of the philosopher king?
No, it's super interesting topic I like talking about because it shows the way someone responds to this question. It really shows like either the way they're brought up, their beliefs, their own ideals to like how the world is. It's really cool. It shows a lot. It tells a lot.
Like I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
it tells about like how not necessarily how egotistical you are, but like how much of yourself you think you are right.
Right.
Because if you're like, yeah, I'll do my image because the world would be better, it's just like you have this image of yourself that you're just better and that your world will be better.
well,
Right.
like with the grind mindset, like there will.
How about this grind mindset?
Well, like, cause like I'm saying, like,
It's a game team.
well, that's what
You
I
think
find
of everything as a gamer.
Well, I do think that like the world is essentially like a game. Well, like listen.
But no, I
everything
do
you-
feel that. I do see what you're coming
everything you
from.
do is a choice, and like there are things that like happen as an effect to your choices. Like there are other players, contenders, which are obviously competing with, or if not helping each other, right?
Right.
So like a world where there is no grind is a boring world to me. But like to have a grind, you would of course need the top and the bottom,
Yeah,
right?
you need classes.
The world that I enjoy is obviously that with inequality, which sounds bad, right? But that's the only way you can like have a game. Otherwise, what is the point if you're all like on an equal?
Playing field.
Like
What would you strive
well, you
for
can-
if we're all the same?
Well, like the values that I have, right? It's because like I wasn't born rich. I wasn't born into money. It's only now that I've been able to like understand what like luxury means, right? And like really value like what is money. So like to me, I don't want to go back into a state where I'm like, where's my next meal coming from? So to that extent, I do value like money and what it can do for someone, right?
Right.
Of course, like there is no need for luxury in the sense that like no one needs a $500,000 car or a $2 million, like whatever, right? But at the same time, like I don't know what else I should like strive for, like happiness. It's like such an abstract. I know it's such ridiculous, like an abstract. Like it's just like I don't know, like how do you grind happiness?
I feel that.
Yeah, it's like at least numbers are easy to like have an envision and like be like I want this.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I totally agree with like the mindset of like what you just said.
The grind.
The grind.
The grind.
The grind
The
mindset.
grind set.
But that's just me, and like a lot of people can be like, this guy's a dick because like all he thinks about is like money, right? Which is like.
Yeah, but it's more nuanced than that.
Yeah, I like to think like I like the idea of working for it, which I understand. Like, not everyone has to work the same amount, just as like what they're given at birth,
Yeah, it's definitely a give and take. But that's what you strive for. Like you're grinding all this to obtain something. But yeah.
On that note, if you guys had anything, how do I say this?
What's
do you guys
your
have any
perfect
answers?
world?
Yeah, what is your preference? How would you answer Devin's morality question, if you will? Let us know in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this episode, of course, like, comment, and subscribe.
I was just
Follow
about
us-
to get into religion, bro.
Next episode.
I was gonna break down why religion is bad.
I was just gonna say.
Get the religion talk next episode. You already had your camp. Hype it up. Let's hype it up. And
Bring it
then we
back
got
next
follow us on TikTok, Spotify, and all that.
Philosophy was next on my list too, bro.
Bro,
Like I was.
gonna explain why we should.
plenty of chances, bro.
We gotta eat the rich, guys.
I was about to explain why the certain type of people just have to be extinct.
Well, now that we're on that.
Anyway.
Anyways, we'll see you next time.